Well, well, well.
Well, well, well.
It's you again.
Hi.
What is up, everyone? We are back. We are live. We are the 4K Kings.
I am Russ.
I am Matt.
And welcome to a very special edition of 4K Kings.
Very special.
Today we're discussing the monumental release of Rocky V.
This is a very special, urgent stream.
I hope all of you have hired babysitters out there. You've set your... You got your plans.
You got your plans.
You got your affairs in order. It's going to be a lot of hot talk here about Rocky V.
Rocky V, amongst other things.
I think our channel has officially jumped the shark, Matt. We're discussing Rocky V.
How is everyone doing tonight? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well.
How was your spring break?
It was fantastic.
Was it?
It feels great to be back in school, though, you know, catch up with all my friends, go skateboarding.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes, about the same. About the same. Had a nice little break. Nice little breezy break. Some time off.
I heard you went to Atlanta.
Somewhere nearby.
Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
I heard you attended Freaknik.
I did not. But enough about me. How was your spring break? Don't forget to say hi to Lindsay in the booth. Lindsay, the producer in the booth. Lindsay, how is everyone out there tonight?
Hi, it looks like everybody is here and ready to go. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. And where is everyone from tonight? Where are our UK peeps in the house? Or our Atlanta peeps in the house? Anyone from
Hot Atlanta? That's what you've been there now, Matt. You can call it Hot Atlanta.
I'm allowed to say that?
Yes, Hot Atlanta.
Any local, regional, East Coast viewers?
Any Philly love out there? We're discussing Rocky V.
Don't forget Rocky V.
We are stationed in Philadelphia, and we're discussing Rocky V.
Well, I don't know where everyone else is from out there, but don't forget to say hi to everyone. Say hi to the community. Say hi to Russ and I and to Lindsay.
To Rocky V. No.
Don't forget to say hi to Rocky V.
It's actually a terrible thing to do after Carl Weathers' passing.
They waited.
They did.
They seem to wait.
Actually, it would have been worse if it was 4.
Did you get up to anything interesting on spring break? Did you pick up anything new? Did you see any new movies?
Yeah, okay. I did. I saw some movies. You did. You caught me off guard.
Did I catch you off guard with that question?
What are we doing? A live stream?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get to know you better.
Yeah, well, don't. I did. I saw some new movies, Matt. I guess the biggest one I saw Late Night with the Devil.
I really want to see that.
Don't. No, I did. I was pleasantly surprised by this one, Matt. I was dare I say, blown away.
Yeah.
In a sense. It was better than I was expecting, and I was anticipating it.
I thought the trailer was excellent. The reviews I started to read sounded kind of mixed. It was kind of giving me House of the Devil vibes, as far as like it's going to be according to what was being read or what I was reading about it. It was like a little bit slower. There's a few like gut punches. Like I remember House of the Devil being good, but it was 80 minutes of build up and 10 minutes of wow.
I wouldn't. It depends on how you define gut punch. I wouldn't say don't go into this expecting jump scares. Don't go into this expecting, just like it is. It's picture more. It's not like the Blair Witch Project, but it is more of a conceit. Mm-hmm. We're watching an unearthed late night talk show episode where the devil was unleashed. I mean, I'll tell you what, if you enjoy the trailer, if you thought the trailer was phenomenal,
I did.
The film delivers on the trailer. That feeling you got, what that trailer was designed to have you wanting, the film gives you.
That's all I need.
I know.
That's all I want.
And I was happy. I was very happy with the film.
You said it was kind of like Censor, which I also like.
I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know how popular Censor is. I don't know if anyone watching is familiar with Censor, but I would say tonally, I would throw it in that in that subgenre.
Any Censor love out there? Does anyone know what we're talking about? Does anyone know what movies we're even speaking about right now?
That's true, man. Slow down.
Last Night with the Devil, Censor.
Last Night with the Devil.
Last night, late nights.
Nah, I had one gripe with it. But it was one of those deals where it's an independent film, so I kind of give it a little more leeway.
Mhm.
And I don't even want to speak on it because I'm interested to see if anyone else feels how I do.
Okay.
And it's not a deal breaker. It's just one little detail that I thought, man, if this was fine-tuned just a little bit more, fuck, this would have soared even higher. But as is, I was very happy with the film.
How was Damon DeMalchian?
Fantastic. Again, like, dude, that trailer,
Yeah.
what you get,
All
get.
right.
And it's a sweet ending, a little more psychological, I guess I'd say.
Kind of like Censor.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why Censor immediately came to mind after I watched it. And I was a fan of Censor.
Gotcha.
I would say this is a little better than Censor in that same style.
Well, the trailer sold me for sure, not just like in a way of like, oh, that was a good trailer, but that movie sucks. Like I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this movie looks like
I know.
it's got something to it.
Yeah, and that's why
Little meat on the bone.
Again, that's why I referenced it, because that was a great trailer. And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you see a trailer like that, and you're like, the film doesn't live up.
Yeah.
This one does.
Okay.
Not saying it's like gonna, like over the moon, oh my God, I blew me the fuck away kind of shit. But I mean, like, it is exactly what that trailer is. And I appreciate that in this day and age.
Speaking of trailers, did you see the new Joker trailer that debuted last night?
I actually did check that out. Did you?
Yeah. Well, we'll be watching it later again. But what did you think of that? Because I feel like what you just said about that movie, I'm getting the opinion that everything we just saw in that trailer is probably exactly what we're going to get, like big musical pieces and all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't think that's like some dream sequence that that's going on with a lot of that stuff. I feel like it might be a lot musical.
I thought it was already confirmed that
To be like a complete musical?
I thought it was. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that was the case.
Unless I'm making.
Well, that's awesome.
Up. Yeah, I thought I already read that somewhere.
It just, I guess I wasn't sure how much of that would be played into it, but it seems like that's what they're leaning into a lot.
Or maybe I thought that because of Lady Gaga. I don't know. For some reason, I already had it in my head that it was going to be a musical.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it does. And I was a fan of the original. I like what Todd Phillips did there. I trust Todd Phillips, and I know that's an odd filmmaker to get behind because most people just think the Hangover movies and Road Trip. But I mean, this dude debuted making a documentary on GG Allin, who was this debaucherous punk rock, not even punk rock, just scuzz rock like icon. And when I say, like, dude, nobody would even like stand in a room with this man. I mean, he was known for like
he was repugnant.
Yes, if you went to his show, chances are you're gonna have feces thrown at you,
Repellent,
cum thrown at you, anything. He's gonna cut himself, throw his blood on you. He always promised to kill himself on stage. It didn't happen because he OD'd first. Like even the craziest people you can think of would not hang around with this guy. And Todd Phillips made a documentary on him, followed him around, hung out with him. It's a great documentary, too. He did it when he was in college. And what I'm trying to say is, I know Todd Phillips, as he showed in the original, or in his Joker, he has a punk rock ethos. He understands. That's why I was excited about Joker, is knowing, okay, I know you get the punk side that you're going to try and push here. And, hopefully he's going to have even less restrictions since his original was financially successful. I think I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Lady Gaga, I don't really have an opinion on one way or another, so she's not a deal breaker for me.
Making that documentary, did Todd Phillips get cum thrown at him?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
We'll have to find that behind the scenes.
Dude, I mean, I know that's a joke. Trust me. I mean, half the shit that guy does, getting cum thrown at you, is probably the best thing that could happen. Dude, I'm saying, like, one part in the
Speaking of which,
no, I'm serious. One part in the documentary, right? It's just, and he wasn't like popular. He was underground. He's at this like poetry, like slam poetry type, coffee shop environment, performing. And like, dude, like some woman says something in the crowd, in a small crowd, he just literally goes out, grabs her, and starts punching her in the fucking face over and over again. Like,
sounds awful.
He was insane, literally. I'm not like bigging this up to be like, oh, he was charismatic and cool and just he was Jack Nicholson or something. No, like, this guy was a fucking psycho. And the fact that Phillips did all that with him. Like, not only cared enough to make the documentary about him, but could actually stomach being around this fucking man for as long as he was.
Kind of like Bradley Cooper.
I know. I don't know how anyone can stomach being around Bradley Cooper. Fucking maestro.
Well, you know what I saw?
Maestro?
Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire. I'm going to top your GG Allin story with a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I steal you and I raise you.
Don't answer your question, Matt. Yes, I would rather have cum thrown at me than watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Well, let me just take a sip of water. I got slimed.
So, Lindsay in the booth, who's out there? Is there anyone from Australia?
Oh, we got a full house.
We got a full house.
No Australians, unfortunately,
Dave
not
Cool
yet. We've got Marco from Florida, Vincent from London, Brown Bunny out on the West Coast.
What's up, everyone?
We've got Brent from Vermont and Eric from Texas. Got a whole cast of characters.
We're all over the U.S. and the UK.
We're pimping all over the world, man.
And they're here to hear my poignant thoughts on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Tell me, how is Rick Moranis?
Did you see the one before that? I really don't want to talk. I just want to, I don't know if you care to know anything about this movie, but I just wanted to tell you I did see it.
Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts, but no, I didn't watch the other one, and I won't be watching this one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. No, there's no Rick Moranis. He doesn't come back.
I thought it was rumored that he was.
They'll probably do anything they can do to get him back, but no, he's not, or to make people see this movie, but no, he didn't come back.
That good?
I mean, it's just old hat, kind of.
Yeah, it seems like you're biting your tongue a bit here, Matt. So what did you like?
I liked from the last one. I don't know if anyone saw the last one. I like that they're now back in New York. At least there's that feeling again, because being in the country the whole movie kind of was a bummer.
I bet CGI New York really does a lot for the movie.
It was decent New York.
Was it?
It was decent AI New York. It was the upgraded AI version of it. How was less whiny kids, and I'll tell you that is definitely all over. Like less angst, less of that. A little bit more on the fun side. It's just what the movie is just kind of like a throwaway.
There was a lot of angst in the first movie.
A lot.
Yeah.
All the Finn Wolfhard teenage drama really was just a little too much.
That's really sad. I do have a question.
Now Finn Wolfhard just plays with Slimer the whole movie. Like that's literally all he does.
Really?
Kind of.
I was intrigued. How good were the little Stay Puft Marshmallow guys?
They throw them at you a few times.
Oh, those are adorable, dude.
I wanted them to turn like villainous or something, but it was just the same old shit. They were just like lighting themselves on fire and getting squished.
I want a stuffed animal.
Just kind of silly stuff. I don't know. There really wasn't a lot of ghost busting. I thought was weird.
Which Ghostbuster got their dick sucked?
None in this movie.
Yeah, see,
not this. That's your Ghostbusters.
You can't honor the original if you don't show that.
No, it wasn't great.
Slimer didn't blow Finn.
It wasn't great. Moving along, I also watched The Zombie Army.
Now we're talking class.
Yeah, for anyone that
I would watch Zombie Army on a loop before I'd watch the Frozen Empire.
Yeah, I watched The Zombie Army, and it wasn't bad.
I told you,
dude, it wasn't bad.
I mean, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, but I told you it wasn't. It was
awful, but it wasn't bad.
Was it as bad as you? Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be? Like, couldn't you see some of the merit? Even what I said, like the gore.
Every time a gore special effect happened, I was more like impressed.
Yeah,
I was like, oh wow, like that was not bad.
Dude.
But then it would get to the acting and the meandering plot, and I was like, oh, what? No.
I was gonna say no, but the gore. But not only that, did you see the kid in the beginning?
I saw him.
There was this little like boy. I don't know how old he was. Kid was phenomenal.
He's 8 years old, I think.
He stood on the top of those steps and he gave the most sinister look I have ever seen. It gave me chills, man. We got to look. Lindsay in the booth, can you look up IMDb Zombie Army? Who is that cute child at the top of the steps, just with that sinister grin on his face?
I wasn't given a stag
murderous.
Card either. I mean, I'm not going to be there. My credits aren't there. I worked illegally. It's under the table.
That was you?
It was me. It was me. I was drowned in that movie. I pushed a kid down the steps in that movie.
Damn, you had a rough childhood, man.
Yeah, so it was okay. There was some really unnecessary nudity and it turns into like a softcore porn for like 10 minutes.
I know. It's
really weird. It's like a hard shift. It's not even just like nudity. Like people get naked, shirts come off, whatever. This turns into something different.
It made the love scenes in the room look subtle.
It did.
It really did. That shit went on forever.
It went on forever. It was like really weird close-ups and strange angles and noises. Dude, no one knew what they were doing.
My math teacher. My high
Was she the one?
Math teacher. No. She's not in the sex scenes. No. She's the brunette who's like the tougher chick in it.
Yeah.
Like the army who's like I don't even know. Who cares about the plot?
I know. What are we talking about? I know what you mean.
Did you recognize her? Because we went to the same high school. No,
I don't recognize her at all. But
I've seriously contemplated, should I try and contact her about that?
You should.
I'm being honest. Like, I asked the people, we're on a live stream. If you came across an SOV video that had a physical media release and it starred someone you knew and they didn't know it was getting a release, they filmed it like 30 years ago, forgotten all about it, do you feel obligated to tell that person that a 4K, a Blu-ray exists of that embarrassing moment in your life?
I mean, no one told me. I just found it.
Like, would you want to be known? Would you want to be approached on the street?
Yes.
And say, did you know?
At this scale, at this magnitude, where 1,000 copies were sold, yes, I can handle it.
No, I'm being honest. I don't know. And well, with you were a child. Nobody's going to recognize you now. But I mean, I recognized her.
Yeah.
She was my teacher.
Yep. Wow. The zombie army.
I'm conflicted. I know this movie really, it struck a chord.
I still
not only on an artistic level when I was watching it, it blew me away, but it's causing a lot of changes in my actual life also. I can't look at you anymore. I'm starstruck.
You are starstruck. It's hard to sit next to me.
It's ruining our friendship. Yes.
Your jealousy.
Ruin my
I keep wanting to like email Vinegar Syndrome and just say thanks for putting this out and say, hey, I'm the guy in it. Free partner label releases for life.
I bet it's a hot seller.
Yeah, like at some point in time I'll get another one and be like, oh, I'm in this too. Just keep sending them to me.
That happened to me when I bought the Roadhouse. Oh shit, I was in this.
I'm in the background.
I used to fuck guys like you in person too.
Anyway, Russ, let's move along. This is getting a little off the rails as per usual.
It really is. I thought we were here to talk about Rocky 5.
We are here. We're going to talk about Rocky 5. I know you want to talk about Rocky 5. We're going to be talking about Arrow and Scream's June slate. We're going to be talking about some Paramount 4K. We're going to be talking about some Rocky 4K. Well, everything that the people want. We also have our review of The Abyss coming out very soon, finally, and that's why I just wanted to lead in with it. My Aliens and my Abyss finally came in. The last time we were here, I was upset that it hadn't come in yet. It was all delayed. Everybody's was delayed. I don't know if everyone got theirs out there. Mine's were finally here.
Where's your True Lies?
I did not get True Lies, but I did get The Abyss and Aliens. Can we get a pulse out there? Has everyone's Abyss and Aliens and True Lies landed at this point? I feel like it must have.
At this point, I'm sure it has.
Right? Yeah, so got both of those. Russ and I did a thorough review of The Abyss. Do you want to give a teaser for that review? Does anybody want a teaser on Russ's thoughts? Because he just watched it for the very first time.
It was interesting, a first-time watch at my age, familiar with all the other works of James Cameron. The one glaring omission that I corrected.
Does it go, just to kind of level set for the people here, does it beat in any way, shape, or form Terminator, Terminator 2, or Aliens?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then.
No.
Not to say that it's bad, but we'll get into it a little bit later.
And you know me, I have a contrarian opinion on Terminator 2.
You do.
So no, Terminator 2 is way better than The Abyss.
I also got Major League. I wanted to make sure you saw that before we moved into our news. I wanted to make sure you saw my locker edition. Oh, you got yours too.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Mine's still wrapped up.
No, I opened mine. Look, it comes with magnets.
Oh, no kidding.
Dude, when I texted you this, you had no idea what I was talking about.
No, I didn't. No.
Did you think I was being sarcastic?
I did.
Dude, when you open it, look, that back right behind it. You see that white?
Yeah.
It's magnets, dude.
Wow.
Weird.
Hey,
did they advertise that?
No.
I didn't see any of that.
Are you going to pop these out?
Yeah, because that thing doesn't fit back in the Steelbook, so I got to do something with it.
Oh, these will be great.
I actually thought that's kind of clever, especially the Rachel one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? As a magnet. I thought that was kind of slick.
I like it.
just a bit outside.
Just a bit
Yo,
outside.
bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill.
No, I'm excited that I got this. I mean, I'm not in person. The steelbook is fine. I wish these like ridges were actual ridges. That would be a nice touch.
That would be sweet.
Wouldn't that be sick? That'd be good. Kind of like my AstroTurf DVD.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it, man. And let's face it, Major League's a title that I'm not. This is about the level of respect I think Major League deserves. I love it. It's a rewatchable classic film, but it's not something I need a display of. You know what I mean?
And it's nice that they gave you the magnets.
Yeah, the magnets, that's about the level of trinkets that I think Major League
Physical
deserves.
media is still alive and well.
Although, come on now, if they did like one of those, you know how Scream would put out Chucky in the sense, if they did a Joe Boo one of that shit would probably sell. There's a little doll Joe Boo.
Little doll Joe Boo.
You could, little doll Joe Boo, you put on your shelf. Yo, Adrian, give me a little doll Joe Boo.
Russ, you are dying to get to Rocky.
Rocky 5.
Are you ready to get into this news?
I don't know.
Lindsay the booth. Are the people ready for the news? Is there anything else we need to cover?
No, they're itching for it.
Unless the news involves Paulie's robot coming out here from 4.
Now that we've warmed up, now that we've stretched our legs a little bit,
yeah, we dipped our toes.
now we've warmed up our chops.
Yeah.
We're ready to get into the news.
I like it when my chops are warm.
Nice and warm chops, baby.
Damn right.
Let's go. Now that the chops are warm. All right, Russ. How much of this do you know about this Rocky? These Rocky announcements. Have you been following along?
No. I mean, we covered the original releases through 4, and they were fucking nightmares. I mean, they were prime examples of what physical media should not be. So no, I was not following the release of 5 or Balboa, so I know nothing news-wise.
So tentatively, and there's no like official press releases yet, nothing like super official, but images have been leaked, alleged dates have been like leaked, but nothing official. So tentatively, June 11th, 4K Ultra HD from Warner Brothers. As you mentioned, the first 4 were previously released in solo steelbooks, and then the famously botched Knockout Collection, which is the regular kind of standalone sort of slipcase edition with all 4 kind of jammed into one, basically kind of small box. All kinds of problems. It was riddled with issues.
Yeah, I remember there were audio issues.
All pitches. Things were like higher pitched than they should have been. So there was a lot of problems going on with those. But now, almost, and then I don't know if you remember, but like literally 3 months or probably even less after the original ones had come out or were even like pre-orderable or whatever.
Yeah.
They were rumoring, they already had a rumor for 5 and 6. So you already knew you were getting screwed. Like you already knew it was coming.
And just ensure a box set's around the corner.
Well, let's see. Rocky 5, Rocky Balboa, they're arriving in solo steelbooks to match the previous ones. And then the Knockout Steelbook Collection has also been rumored, where you're going to get all 6 in a big Rocky Steel box in all of those themes.
Will it include all the issues?
Actually, we're going to talk about that. It will not.
Oh, damn it.
It actually will not, but I will say these continue to look goofy. The first 1 through 4 steelbooks look goofy. We showed those. Lindsay, I don't know if you have this up, but if you could pull this up, the Rocky 5 art here. Why do these look so goofy? First of all, Sylvester Stallone is photoshopped as if he's leaning against the ropes, but in fact, his body is just like perfectly standing straight up, but his arms and his little hands dangling there just look really silly.
Little hands.
He's got his hands dangling.
Look at those sausage fingers.
Those little meat hooks.
Right hand in particular, that's a big ass fucking hand.
Why do they have to make him look like that? He's not leaning. It's obvious he's not, but they're photoshopping it to where he looks like that. Those boxing gloves aren't there. It just looks silly. And the way he's looking up, it's silly.
I mean, it's consistent with the other shit artwork.
Which were silly. Which were very silly.
Now, dude, imagine how great that would have been, though, if Rocky 1 through 4 had shit artwork, but 5 had like some Drew Struzan level.
Dude, the original artwork where he's like this, really small, like on the bottom.
But I mean, how funny would that be if like they nailed Rocky 5? Like there were no issues with the audio, no issues with the visuals. They got a ton of bonus features. The artwork is fantastic.
They got a cure for AIDS.
Other one. Yeah. Oh shit. That took me a second. I forgot about Morrison.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, but I mean, dude, that would be hysterical. Like Rocky 5 is the 4K of the year. The other one's the original. Dude, shit. Rocky 5.
I mean, that's funny that it's a solo. You can buy Rocky 5 by itself if you want. If you didn't buy the other ones, I didn't.
I might, just to be an asshole. Just if somebody's looking at my shelf, they're like, what the fuck? You have Rocky 5 on 4K? I'm like, yeah, that's the only good one.
The only one I respect. John G. Avildsen came back and righted all the wrongs from the first one.
He took what he learned from Karate Kid and he got it right here.
Oh my God. So 4 is the only one I almost got because that art was the original art. This one is not the original art, but it looks like crap. Let's look at the next one. This is worth a laugh too. This is Rocky Balboa. You ready? There it is.
Oh God. See, all right.
Look at it.
I do really like Rocky Balboa. I do give this film props and credit.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. That's fucking atrocious.
God,
that looks like Grudge Match. You know that movie he did with De Niro?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what's sad? I know we just did a whole roasting session on 5 about who would own that, like on its own.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was going to upgrade the Rocky movies, if I had a choice, I would have upgraded just the original and this one and had them as companion pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
If the artwork was right and the transfer was right and the audio was, if they actually cared. I probably would have done that.
Look at this top left corner, theatrical version and director's cut. Are you familiar with that director's cut at all?
No.
Because from what I could tell or what I could read and find online, there's really no widely known news about like, oh, this is what was cut. I did find information about it in a really I found a person who had listened to the commentary on this where he was talking about the things that the studio made him cut. So I have a list. I found a list of those things. If those are the things going back in for the director's cut, I don't know. But there is this director's cut version.
Is it a lot?
Let me see.
Just roughly, because I have a theory on this. Just roughly. You don't have to like read me specifics. Is it like a decent amount of things or is it just little?
So he commented, I guess, in the past on having to cut the film at the 2.5 hour mark. I don't know what it ended up being, but it was.
I don't even think it can't be 2.5 hours.
It was 2.5 hours. And again, this is based on the commentary. So it was 2.5 hours. Similar to, I guess, the Rocky 4.
That's what I was just about to say. That's what this feels like. It's like they're trying to play the Rocky 4 game because that, I guess, was a little sensation on Amazon and all that. Like Rocky 4 is a movie you watch and you do feel like, holy shit, this was just one big montage and you cut out every bit of character and story. Rocky Balboa does not have that problem at all. That feels like a marketing ploy to make you think of Rocky 4, which they also know Rocky 4 has a lot of fucking cult love out of that series. Well,
it sounds like it's a very similar vein as that Rocky 4 director's cut where they're trying to add like more humanity back in.
Rocky Balboa is full of humanity. That's the whole damn thing.
Well, according to this, look, here's what it is right here. Lindsay, if you can throw that up too. This is basically just a few notes that was mentioned that Stallone talked about that he cut out. A lot more visits to Adrian's grave, a lot more this and this with Adrian and certain different things. I don't know. Dude, I've never even seen the movie. And I don't know if this is
really good.
And I don't know if this is, again, what is the director's cut? These are just things that were mentioned that had been removed. Also, at the time, there were 4 endings that were shot. And what's crazy is there was some tweet that Sylvester Stallone put out a little while ago talking about like his original ending or something. And people were like, oh, you should put that back out. And he was like, oh, well, maybe I will for the director's cut. And I don't know, again, what ending happens here. But I don't know if that's what he wanted it to be, or on the director's cut, it's the ending that he always thought it should be, but he gave this to the studios. Like, dude, there's like no information. Like, if you search someone out there, Google this, find more than I could. I really couldn't find anything from anyone's perspective, just these notes.
I'm not lamenting that this exists or that any of this stuff won't be interesting. I'm just pointing out that to me, they're trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. You know what I mean? Whereas in Rocky 4, it was a legit thing. Because the theatrical cut, the cut we all know and grew up with Rocky 4, does feel like just one big... like anybody could watch that movie and be like, wow, this was edited to shit.
It's montage after montage.
Yes, even if you enjoy it. Like, and I enjoy it.
I do.
Who doesn't enjoy Rocky 4?
I love it.
But of course, because it's goofy. And I mean... But Rocky Balboa is not that. They're like putting more, Rocky 4 needs more humanity. You could make the argument that Balboa needs more fucking action.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the reason why I dug it so much, was because It is. It's all humanity. He took it right back to the first one. That's why I said that companion piece thing. You could watch the original movie and then Rocky Balboa, and that's it, and it would make sense. And it just erases all of that weird sort of 80s excess that the sequels were. Even like, it's great, dude. You know how Rocky Balboa opens? You know, the first scene in the movie. He's at Adrian's grave. You don't even see her die or nothing. And it's like he's setting it up. He's showing you, like, look, I'm stripping this way the fuck back down. I'm taking it back to the original movie, the original character you all fell in love with. The only way to do this is to take away the one thing. He's like, he won it all in all these sequels. He had fame, money, all that shit. What is the one thing? Like, I gotta get rid of Adrian, you know? And not even make it some corny, oh my God, she's dying. Nah, it started off right off the bat. Like, oh, this is where Rocky's at right now. Oh shit. Like, okay. And from there it goes, and it's a good story.
First, Paulie gives all the money away, and now Adrian.
The robot didn't die. Paulie's robot came back in Rocky Balboa, and he gave him a great motivational speech.
Well, Stallone's given you the director's cut that you always didn't even know that you wanted. It's coming.
If anything, he should have edited out the weird ass romance plot attempt in it.
Where's the Rocky V director's cut?
That's what that's what I want, Matt.
Here's the Steelbook collection picture too, by the way. This is like the tentative art for the Steelbook.
Dude, is it just me? I haven't seen Rocky V, you know, since I was 10.
Yeah.
Once you get to about like age 9, you realize it's terrible. Well, what in my head it's getting kind of hectic.
Is that song in that movie?
Is it?
I don't know.
I'm thinking. I don't know why. I got that Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison, Tommy Gunn.
It's getting kind of hectic.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie. What was John G. Avildsen thinking?
He's a fucking weirdo.
Paycheck. Well, Russ.
He did a movie I love called A Night in Heaven, dude. Watch that. That movie's great. Hilarious.
A Night in Heaven.
It's like Nightmare on Elm Street 2 or Lost Boys, where it has all this weird homoerotic subtext that I guess was unintentional, which makes the movie fucking hilarious. You know, it's got Leslie Ann Warren. He made it in like 82, I guess right before Karate Kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still have more Rocky news, Russ. Stop with all your...
I should have done so much Speed, Matt.
Whoever bought Rocky out there, you can there is some hope for you if you have some busted discs still. There is a replacement program that was somehow, I feel like pretty quietly, you know, put out there.
I
didn't see any, you know, and I'm tapped in. I'm tapped into the main vein of physical media.
That you are.
But apparently, obviously, in time for these being put back out again, they're not going to put back out more broken discs. So they had to fix these, make sure they got fixed, then offer to people that are already previously bought the opportunity to get them swapped out. So they are fixing all the old discs. In the first Rocky, the OG mono was restored, which I guess was missing there before, as well as some like musical cues were missing. In Rocky 2, the pitch is back to normal. In Rocky 3, all the foreign language tracks are also now the correct pitch. In Rocky 4, some aspect ratio is now correct. Like it shifted or something mid-scene. Now it's all the same. And whatever other minor little inconveniences there may have been, they are now fixed. All you have to do is contact WHV at WBD.com.
That's WHB.
WNBC. WNBC. They need a photo of your receipt, urine sample, blood test, and or your Amazon screenshot would be just fine. And apparently they're only doing this for North America so far. So I don't know. Do we feel complete now, everyone? Does everyone feel complete? Are we mad the Creed sequels aren't here?
Or not?
No, they're not going to be included
Creed
here.
Movie. Well,
they won't be included here.
But have they exist on 4K.
They exist. They're just not here. One last hurrah for Sylvester about a year from now.
I'm not mad at that. Are you?
No, I don't need those.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. I saw the first Creed movie. I didn't keep going, but I always thought my one complaint about the original Creed, the one I saw, was that it relied too much on Rocky. It was like, let it be its own thing.
Start new.
You know, yeah.
Start fresh.
I don't know.
Well, does this entice you now at all? I know you didn't buy the original ones. We definitely didn't because they were broken. Would you buy any of these now? Any solo steelbook collections? There's probably going to be a regular one too. I got to imagine. I don't know.
So
we haven't seen that yet.
So this knockout steelbook collection includes 4Ks of the original series through Balboa with all the issues corrected.
All the issues corrected.
All the issues corrected.
And we'll probably get a regular edition too. This is the steelbook version.
I'm going to do the same exact thing I did on Blu-ray. And on Blu-ray, what I did, I had a special edition of the original film, and then at some point, the Blu-ray collection of the original of all these movies dropped to $19.99, and that's when I picked up the whole series.
Okay.
Now, what they need to do is put out a good edition of the original Rocky, and I will get that. That's a must-have. The original Rocky in 4K with no issues is a no-brainer, a must-own. The entire series, I can wait a while. I can wait for the price to drop.
I don't think they're changing the art on that Rocky 1. You still going to wait on that, or?
Yeah, I'll wait for an import or something. No, or
wait
I won't
for eternity.
upgrade, or I won't upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the special edition Blu-ray. It looks cool. Movies from, it was 1976. I want to see it upgrade. I know it'll have the care, but it's also a film that I saw a lot as a kid, so even that Blu-ray looks incredible compared to me watching it on a TV that was on the floor, you know what I mean, back in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's like that artwork is that atrocious. And if I only have the option to buy the whole damn series, I gotta wait. Gotta wait till the price drops.
Okay.
If they had done the right thing on the original when it first came out, it would be sitting on my shelf right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting to see how all this plays out. I haven't bought any of these. Like I said, I wanted to buy 4.
Yeah,
I like the steelbook for 4. It's the original art. I like that one solo, that original Rocky, just kind of.
Yeah, I'm not as
fond
of 4 as everyone else is. I enjoy it, but I don't. Honestly, it's. Well, no, I guess 5's the worst. Yeah, I guess that's nobody can argue. Rocky 5's the worst. I mean,
Lindsay in the booth. What's the temperature on these Rocky releases? What are we feeling out there? Anyone happy that things are getting corrected? Anyone happy that 5 is finally getting a standalone?
Does anybody know if that is getting kind of hectic? If that's in Rocky 5, or am I insane?
We've got a few people that said that they're just going to hold on to their Blu-ray
Smart.
deals.
Yeah.
And they're happy with that. And then we've got, and now they said that they're going to buy the 5 and 6 steelbooks because they already own the other 1 through 4.
So you're just going to get 5 and 6.
Yeah, if you already started, you might as well finish.
Might as well keep
now,
going. Are you going to get your discs replaced?
That's a good question.
I mean, you can.
Sometimes it's a hassle to go through all of that.
Yeah.
And,
they just mail it to you in a little paper sleeve, I read. It's kind of jingling and jangling in an envelope.
Such a hassle to just take a picture and send an email, Matt.
It is.
Wait for something to come in the mail.
What a drag.
I don't know. It's too much. You have all this energy.
Well, speaking of, it's getting kind of hectic. That would be great. That would be great if that was
even the line.
Yeah, it's getting kind of hectic.
They do say hectic. In my head, I'm like, are they saying hectic or heavy?
I think both.
I think they go back and forth.
I think it's
we looked
both.
this up not long ago.
Okay. I mean, that's not a song I listen to regularly.
Well, maybe if it was on the 4K King Spotify playlist, you would listen to it more.
If one of us picked up Rocky 5, I would probably have to go with that song.
You would. And here it is, the old 4K King Spotify playlist. Before we move along.
That's old, dude.
Well, it's my only screenshot right now.
Look like that at all.
Oh,
take this down. It's retooled, man.
It's retooled.
That's the news. It's completely retooled.
It's completely retooled. I don't even have a good screenshot.
You
okay.
really don't.
Wow, I freaking.
We were not ready for this unveiling.
I wasn't.
Anyway, I'll keep.
Speak
going.
on it, Russ.
I'll speak on it. So instead of trying to correspond songs with upcoming releases, Matt and I went through our entire 4K collection, and I'm making the ultimate playlist, one song from every 4K film we own, one notable track. It could be a score, like for instance, Escape from New York. You're damn right. I'm throwing the Escape from New York, the main title theme on there. Let me see. What have I thrown on? I've only gotten through the letter C.
I'm going to find it.
Oh, you're going to find it? You're looking up now?
I'm going to find it, Russ.
I've only gotten through the letter C so far, but holy shit, this is an eclectic ass mix. If you're looking for it, search 4K Kings Cuts on Spotify. The playlist is titled King's Cuts. The image you'll see is that of Matt and myself sitting in our studio here.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it goes from Prince to Compton's Most Wanted to Hans Zimmer to Chuck Berry to it's all over the place, dog. I want to just put it on shuffle and go nuts hearing like the March from Army of Darkness, and then right after that I'll hear, something random.
Real quick, Eric De Leon said that the song in Rocky V is Go For It, which sounds a lot like the song that you guys are singing.
Really?
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's the one. Here it is. All right, I got it up now. Lindsay, you can throw it up here. I'm not signed in apparently, but here we go. King's Cuts, baby.
Actually, I'm sorry, what was the name of that commenter, Lindsay? Eric, thank you. Thank you very much.
We got to add it now.
That was literally going to bother me for the rest of the, like in my head.
Got a lot of good stuff on here.
Look at that. Matt, could you all right, just pause right here.
Here
Blue Latour. What movie is that from?
I have no idea.
Party Man, Prince. What movie is that from?
Batman, 1989.
Face to Face, Susie. Actually, hold on. The next 4 are your movies.
Are they?
Face to Face, Susie and the Banshees. What movie is that from?
I don't know. How does it go?
You honestly, I think you'd recognize it if you heard it. I'm not going to say it because we're going in order here.
We are.
Kiss from a Rose is from what movie?
That would have to be Batman Forever.
Look into My Eyes, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Looks like Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm not putting R. Kelly Gotham City on there. Dude.
R. Kelly Gotham City.
I'm not.
Oh, we got Kumite, Paul Herzog. That's what
yeah,
I'm talking about. Russ, this is an eclectic mix.
That's what I'm saying. Look, you got the Kit Helen's theme from You Are So Beautiful from the classic Carlito's Way.
Love it. You Are So Beautiful.
Got Pino on there, Matt.
Pino.
You got Pino over here. Look, and I will, for anybody who is anybody who is looking at the playlist right now, all of the songs that are objectively bad come from Matt's collection.
Thank you.
Like I just noticed we had the Chris Cornell. I've never even heard that, but James Bond, Chris Cornell, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Why do we have that on here? Why is Chris Cornell's?
Promotional purposes. I had to make something work, dude. You own Casino Royale.
So wait, he does a song on that?
I had to Google this shit. He does the Bond song for Casino Royale.
Okay.
And I had, like I said, that's how thorough I'm getting with this goddamn list. If we own it, I have to find something from it. It can either be a score or a pop song or,
Okay.
But yeah, I had to do some Googling. And Chris Cornell, of all people.
Chris Cornell, of all people.
I guess they don't feature it in the movie.
I don't remember that at all.
Is there any way? We can't play it.
I don't remember that at all. But yeah, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. Do we have any people that have followed this? Subscribed to it?
Hey, it's me and HD. HD just said that Cornell song is excellent.
It's excellent.
There you go. And that's what I'm saying. We all have different musical tastes. I'm not being, trust me, I could pick, I'm trying to keep it as factual as like, this was an important song from this movie, either through pop culture or within the movie itself.
Yeah. Okay. No, dude, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. A little something for everyone in there, I believe. So far, I'm only through C.
Only through C.
It's about, 2.5 hours worth of music already?
All right, hold on one second. I'm just going to bring up the next little slate of news here. Keep the people company for a second while I do this.
No problem. We're not 4K kings anymore, man. We're DJ kings. We're playlist kings.
Playlist kings.
All right, I'll talk to the people while you're busy. I saw Gone with the Wind for the first time.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
That shit's racist. So what do we got going on?
Hold on one second. I'm not ready yet. Why? You can't just drop that bomb. I mean, I'm sure.
I have similar thoughts to everyone. It's impossible not to watch it and be like amazed that was 1939 as far as the filmmaking. But god damn, I was uncomfortable.
Really?
Dude.
Is it like that bad?
It is worse than I was expecting.
Really?
Some of it, like it. Oh, dude, it's just it's hard. I don't know. I still kind of can't wrap my head. Yeah, it's crazy because there's so much there that you really see as a film lover that you're like, damn, that is really incredible. Like the way certain shots are like, I would be impressed if somebody did it today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it's mixed in with all this other, it's, oh man. Anybody in the comments? I'm just trying to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, you're doing great, Russ. You're doing great.
Matt's going through some.
I'm just about ready.
So blown away by my playlist. He's just sitting here listening through every track.
I know. I want to make sure that I'm following.
He said,
too.
"Wait, Chris Cornell did the Bond theme."
Hurry up! Let me make sure I can.
I'm gonna go download every version, Bob.
Victor Fontaine just asked where the 4K is for Gone with the Wind.
That's true.
That is true.
I'm surprised there isn't one.
Yeah, that is true.
I wonder if, just the way culture is now, I wonder if that plays a factor.
Is it going to happen or not? Yeah.
Russ, we've got a request for you to sing Purple Rain.
What?
Someone's requested for you to sing Purple Rain.
Why?
I don't know. Because you talked about Party Man. That's the only Prince reference I could think of that we talked about.
No.
Russ, you are an excellent singer. Don't sell yourself short.
Russ is an excellent singer.
Yeah, right.
If anyone didn't know that. Next up, Russ, and next up for the people out there, we're going to talk about Arrow and we're going to talk about Scream Factory. Ready for that? Feel good about that?
Honestly, now I just got Prince in my head.
Dun, dun, dun. When doves cry, it's all the first thing that came to mind, that Purple Rain. But
see, I'm always a fan of. I'm a fan of like pre-Purple Rain. I always like. I want to be your lover. Damn, now I am singing.
Delirious.
Prince. Delirious.
Isn't that what's the song I'm thinking of? Dun, 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 dun. What song's that?
Yeah.
Isn't that Prince?
Maybe. I just told you I'm not a huge Prince fan. I never was.
You never see that Delirious movie with John Candy? I feel like it's the intro. I think it's the intro song.
Or that's what I was thinking when you said Delirious. I was thinking
Delirious.
I was thinking about that VHS cover with the thought bubble above his head, or he's like looking up, typing or something. Isn't that it?
All right, I'm just gonna look it up.
No,
Delirious.
strangely enough, I'm more on the artsier side of things.
Definitely a song by Prince. Okay, thank God. I was thinking like it wasn't even going to be a Prince song.
But back to this for a second.
Oh, thank God.
Back to this for a second. Typically, I'm on the artsier side of things. Like, typically, I'm the kind of guy who would prefer Prince over Michael Jackson. I actually like Michael Jackson more than Prince.
Okay.
Usually, I'm not on that, but for some reason, I never like. Prince said some shit about hip-hop at one time that I didn't like.
That you didn't care for.
I didn't. And it always tainted my view of him.
Did Michael Jackson ever do anything that you didn't really agree with that's tainted you listening to that?
I figured out no real quick, let's do an aside. I figured out the problem. You know what? I figured out how to enjoy artists if they have like some weird baggage.
Okay.
All right,
I'm ready.
You know why Michael Jackson is okay to listen to?
Why?
Most of his music is not overtly sexual or about like relationships.
Okay.
So you can you can listen to Human Nature, Thriller, and not think anything about sex or anything. R. Kelly, every damn song is about sex or a relationship. So you're forced to think about what he did when you hear it.
Okay.
With Michael Jackson, it's easier to separate because,
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Arrow, Scream Factory.
Never believe the victim.
To sum up.
Yeah, to wrap up. Never believe the victim. Hail the patriarchy. Vote Trump. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that one. Divide
Russ,
half our audience.
Russ, have you paid attention to anything that Arrow or Scream have been doing?
Nah, I've been too busy thinking about Michael Jackson.
Whether you can or cannot still support him.
I've seen. Yeah, we need to stop taking breaks.
I think
keep it on up.
I think Arrow. I feel like I'm a little like lukewarm on this entire month, and Scream Factory to some degree. I don't know how people are feeling out there. I feel like everyone's hit or miss with some of these things. Sometimes it's like I see people like I'm buying every one of these, and I'm like, why? But yeah. So Arrow's slate I wanted to talk about first: American Gigolo, Mute Witness, Night Siren, Mad Men, With Nail and Eye. Those are the releases. And again, I'm not even really familiar with most of those, but I am a bit of a gear guy. I know you know that. I know I've mentioned that, gearhead. Thought I'd at least bring up American Gigolo for obvious purposes. I knew you had seen it.
You did?
I did know that.
How did you know that?
I don't know. Haven't we talked about it? I feel like I knew.
Oh, that's crazy.
Can't wait to hear your thoughts and see if I'm remembering correctly.
All right.
But this is their June slate coming out June 18th, 4K, and this is Arrow UK. Unfortunately, I never did see this movie, but I did catch the TV remake with John Bernthal. Watched all 12 episodes. Felt like 20.
Damn. You know what's sad? I thought you were making a joke.
I wasn't.
First, that
No.
Kind of like the Roadhouse on Amazon thing where it was a movie. I forgot he did do. There was a series.
I watched it.
Was it good?
Nah.
Does that have anything to do with this release probably getting some attention?
I doubt it. I mean, I feel like this was just bound to happen, not just because Richard Gere is a, international star and beloved by many. But I also think in general, this movie, just the title, it's got cachet. I feel like it's something I don't know why. Maybe you could tell me why Arrow would put this out.
Dude, it's
because it's a little gritty.
I mean, yeah.
Directed by Paul Schrader.
It's Schrader. It's got Marauder, Blondie soundtrack. It fits a lot of stuff that would be of this era of what they do.
First film to contain
70s, 80s, new wave called,
And the first film to contain full frontal male nudity. First film. In the mainstream, I guess. What's
American Gigolo was?
Yeah, Gere. Full frontal nudity. Well, I mean, he's a trailblazer. What did I just say?
I like how Lindsay in the booth chimed in. Gere?
She can't even...
Richard Gere?
Yeah, wait. Were you like...
When did this get released?
I know. Lindsay in the booth, were you just making sure I was saying the right thing, or were you like, what?
I thought you meant some guy like no one cares about. Maybe
this is our
with
channel.
full frontal.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could honestly be wrong. I've never seen it, but I feel like that's got to be right. Let's let the chat tell us. Do you see Richard Gere's dong? And
let Lindsay know.
Let Lindsay know quickly. I also read, and I didn't know this, and maybe this is subject for debate, I don't know, but that this is what launched Richard Gere into like a more of a leading man status after this, like really launched him.
I always thought it was it was around the same time, but
Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah, was I think Officer was a Gentleman was like the year after this, maybe.
Rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr.
Damn, that's right. Yeah.
Rest in peace. I think, did it solidify Hector Elizondo's career as a side character? I read Richard Gere's like launched into like mainstream, and I was like, who else is in this movie? It's like Hector Elizondo. I was like, man, that guy perpetually was just kind of in the background, but so good.
You do. You love Hector.
I do like Hector Elizondo.
And I love how, not only do I love that you love Hector Elizondo, I love that when pressed, you're going to say necessary roughness.
Man, necessary roughness. Come on, Hector. Dude, he's still good at that. Pretty Woman, he's got his Hector Elizondo.
I love how Hector Elizondo's greatest feat in acting also features acting from Kathy Ireland.
And Sinbad, bro. Come on, don't disparage Sinbad.
Rob Schneider. This is a great ensemble.
Robert Mother effing Loggia.
Led by the incomparable Scott Bakula.
Dude, that movie's a hit. I don't care what you say. That movie is on the same level as like a Major League or any of the other ones.
Whoa, you just crossed. It's on the same as Major League 2.
There's no chance. No, I won't. No,
it's better than Major League.
It's better.
2.
It's got heart. It's got heart.
Yeah, it's got heart. It's okay. It is not Major League level.
Larry Miller?
No, he's not. No, dude. Larry Miller is a comedian. And fucking Bob Uecker, he's better and funnier than Larry Miller, and he was an actual.
All right, let's not get off task and make this a little ugly, because necessary roughness. Hector Elizondo. He's a great actor. He should have gone on to do more, like bigger, prominent things.
Richard Gere. I don't know. He was bald. He had a problem.
I don't know. Maybe he had a chip on his shoulder. So here's the release. They're doing their Arrow thing where, you're going to get this version everywhere, and then you have to buy directly from them to get their limited edition original art version, which I like that they at least are holding on to the original art versions. It does make it a little bit more difficult shipping wise when you're not, if you're not picking these up on Amazon, if you're going directly to them. But I do like that they stick with their original art. This is their newly updated art, little shirt collar. You slide it out, and then Gere standing there with his hands in his pockets, his little tan jacket on.
Yeah.
hanging out.
I mean, you get the original artwork there on the inside.
You're going to get art cards. You're going to get a little booklet. It looks like a poster. Hang that American Gigolo poster up. Let's see. Then this is the original art version, which is basically the same thing, except you get all gear here. This is all gear. This is the all gear edition. And there's gear in a full poster, gear on the box, gear on the inside. Now, what I would do is I would probably go this way and flip the art on the inside to the new.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're suckers for
That's what I like.
We're suckers for original art.
Got to have the original art. And you got to have gear standing here in the shadows. You get the blinds on them. What is your thoughts on this movie? You said you saw it. You haven't even said a peep.
Excuse me, man.
Something going around?
Yeah.
Something going around down here?
COVID. I don't know, what is it? Is it our VHS childhood nostalgia? There's just something about the original art, even to a film that I didn't have any childhood attachment to. There's something about seeing that original art in that nice Arrow box that just slaps every time. I don't know what it is.
He's the highest
it wins
paid.
like damn near every time. The original art in that style wins for me.
It does. I agree. Got to have it on that in that hard box. It works. And look at that awesome quote. He's the highest paid lover in Beverly Hills. He leaves women feeling more alive than they've ever felt before, except one. Wow. So what's this movie all about, bro?
Well,
hit us with it.
You tell me, because it's kind of funny. I don't ever recall discussing this with you. I saw it once many years ago.
And you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you pick this up?
I don't. That's why I'm interested. What did I tell you? My recollection, because dude, I saw this many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And oh wait,
you did see it, right?
Wait, have I seen this? I just realized in my head, I'm thinking of Looking for Mr. Goodbar.
He's like framed for like a murder.
Yo, I'm thinking of, oh my God.
Or is he framed? I don't know that he knows. In the show, he doesn't know if he did or didn't do it.
Dude, wow, that's embarrassing. I was totally thinking of, there's a film called Looking for Mr. Goodbar, which is around the same time with Richard Gere and Diane Keaton, and it was kind of controversial too.
This is Lauren Hutton, I think. Isn't that her name, Laura?
Dude, I've never seen it.
Wow. Stream's over. Shut this down. Turn these lights off. Shut this shit down.
I'll tell you, look up looking for Mr. Goodbar.
I won't.
Dude, it's a similar. It's a similar.
I won't do that.
Made for me.
Okay, well,
but I'll tell you this, man.
What are the people's thoughts? Someone who actually has seen it.
It looks really good. I like Paul Schrader. I like Blondie.
Okay.
I know Call Me was featured prominently in this, and there was, I believe, on the soundtrack to this film, there's a ton of remixes. Like Call Me, the song became a thing through this movie.
Lindsay, is the chat on fire over American Gigolo or what?
They're excited about gear.
Here's the original Blu-ray art. If you could share that with the people. This was what the original Blu-ray had going.
I like that tagline.
His business is pleasure.
They're both really good. How can they choose?
Wow. And here he's got his pants still on, like his business pants, and he's just out there. Look, we still have the smoky blinds, but they're really trying to do something here. Features wise, it's a slam dunk. I mean, if you're looking here, again, all the 4K restoration, Dolby Vision HDR kind of stuff, and the restoration's coming directly from Arrow. There is new commentaries, and literally everyone comes back to do an interview except for Richard Gere, which pissed me off. Like everyone, even Paul Schrader. He came back.
Why are you saying even Paul Schrader?
I mean,
Schrader
sometimes
comes back for every.
Oh, does he? Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes
the
the more sought after people that you don't see coming back all the time is like the director. You get like, oh, costume designer, oh, this, that. That's fun too. But like the actual key like players of putting this thing together, I don't know that you always see them coming back. Where's Richard Gere? What's he doing?
Matt, I have to be honest with you. I feel very defeated right now.
You can't get back over the fact that you didn't watch it?
I can't get back in the zone. I'm really sitting here in my head like, holy shit, I was thinking about Looking for Mr. Goodbar that entire time. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, Russ, I love Schrader. Dude, I love Blondie. Like, I listen to Blondie albums and shit. I even knew the whole damn thing about the soundtrack. And I'm like, why the fuck have I never watched this?
Instead of us recommending it to you, can someone recommend this movie to Russ?
And then you're sitting there telling me I talked to you about this.
I thought you had.
And I'm like,
you lied to me then. Lie to me now.
No, for real. What the fuck
this is what
going on?
So Looking for Mr. Goodbar is inspired by the murder of a New York City school teacher.
I know what that is. It's Gere and Diane Keaton for some reason in my head.
And William Atherton.
Yeah.
William Atherton's in it.
For some reason I was thinking.
Tuesday Weld's even in it. Garnered 2 Academy Award nominations.
See, man, we need to go over the agenda before these live streams.
I like you better like when you're cold like this.
Do you?
I like it better when you're loose and you don't know what's going on. You're a little bewildered.
A little behind the scenes meeting of the direction of the channel. Lindsay in the booth. Let's ask the audience. Do they prefer Russ knowing what's going on or not?
Let's do a poll. Quick poll.
What is more entertaining, when you watch something where the person knows what's going on or when they just flounder about?
I think this is like Late Night with the Devil, I think. Is something bad going to happen here?
It better be. I hope this ends the same way.
So Victor Fontaine said that this movie is okay.
Just okay.
But probably not worth the amount of money for an Arrow Boutique label edition.
All right, Victor Fontaine. Not feeling like this is worth Arrow's integrity.
And let me say, that is my exact opinion of looking for Mr. Goodbar.
Well, hey, it's
so your opinions collided. It doesn't matter what movie we're talking about. It all works.
Dude, I always told you, Richard Gere just doesn't register to me. I always forget. It's just, he's like the most generic dude.
Hey, It's Me in HD said that is actually a pretty similar movie.
It is.
All right.
That's what I was trying to explain to you. It was around the same time. They were both controversial or notable in a. Yes, thank you.
All right, Hey, It's Me in HD.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Any Hector Elizondo love?
None.
None.
Hector's hair won't even come to his defense.
None.
I like
okay.
it.
Well, what about the rest of these? Any recommendations for us? I didn't really know too many of these other titles. Do you know any of them? Mute Witness, Night Siren, Mad Men. With Nail and I.
With Nail and I is a great movie.
And yeah, is it a great movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you would pick up or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to revisit it, but it's one of those. It's an important one, dude.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Thank you, Arrow, for putting out important good titles. Anything from the people that we should be watching, Lindsay in the booth? Any recommendations? Mute Witness, Night Siren, Mad Men? No.
No, none of
Is
the
it a pretty slow month for everybody too? At least it is for us. Kind of feel the same way about Scream Factory, to be honest.
What remakes are they putting out?
Yeah, exactly. So Scream Factory, June, they're putting out Robocop. They're putting out Robocop 2. And by Robocop, I'm sorry, I meant 2014 Robocop. They're putting out Robocop 2, Species 2, and Matinee from Shout Select. That's what we're looking at for June. Another kind of interesting, kind of strange month. Any definite pickups for you there? Is that a no?
I mean, Matinee's not bad.
I've never seen it. It's one Joe Dante movie I have not seen.
Yeah. But even... like, I don't own it, so that should tell you. And
Yeah.
I've seen it.
You've definitely seen it?
Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Listen, I proudly have definitely not seen the Robocop.
I know. So
You couldn't pay me to watch the Robocop remake.
I know, dude. I know. So this is coming out June 18th. I don't know what's Scream Factory doing? When's the last time they had a banger?
And at least I'm honest. Get the fuck out of here. I could have sat here and just pretended and be like, hey, American Gigolo, I love it. Richard Gere, he was phenomenal in it.
His dong was great.
Oh, Lauren Hutton. Lauren Hutton. Yeah, that is kind of funny. I actually realized that around the dong conversation. I was
You're like, wait a minute.
I didn't see Gere's dick.
Why didn't I see his dick? I must have blinked. I must have went out of the room for a second. I got to go back.
Anyway, speaking of dicks, Joel Kinnaman.
Dude, what? Seriously, though, when was the last time Scream had a banger? Was it like Child's Play? I know Killer Clowns from Outer Space people really are into, but like, when's the last like bona fide oh shit moment from Scream? It's like been kind of just steady.
Even Matinee, like they already put that out.
Yeah, kind of steady.
You know, that's just an upgrade.
June 18th.
Why is it all these remakes?
I don't know. And just like Total Recall, this is another PG-13 Paul Verhoeven remake we didn't need.
Exactly.
Both of them PG-13. I actually didn't know this was PG-13. I knew Total Recall was when they remade that with Colin Farrell. I didn't realize this was. And when I saw that, I was like, again, like, obviously, you blew it. Like, right away, you blew it.
Even if it was rated R, I mean, they weren't going to take it. It wasn't going to be satirical. It wasn't going to be half as intelligent. I don't care.
And it wasn't.
I don't care if they made it NC-17. There was no way in hell they were going to even come close.
No.
To being as great as the original Verhoeven RoboCop.
And I was so bummed out too because I really liked Joel Kinnaman a lot from that show, The Killing, which was like kind of a fairly successful hit on like Netflix. It was like a murder drama mystery kind of thing. And he was like one of the cops of 2. And I thought he was such a great character. I'd never seen him before in anything. It was like 3-4 seasons of a show. He was so freaking good. This was literally the next thing he did. And I was like, why? Why are you doing this to me? And then he went on and did some other Netflix stuff. And he's been in like Suicide Squad? I think he was in that. I think he's in some other. He's continuing to get work, but not great work. And this obviously isn't great either. Michael Keaton's in this crap.
Gary Oldman, Samuel
I know.
Jackson.
It's like they all bought into this idea of this, I think.
Yeah, I feel like they're even more than that, like a cast-wise.
Yeah, no stats or anything about this. This is just like an announcement. And like you said, the original is so great for the not just like the imagery, but like the social commentary, the ideas, like the depth of what the story is. They should have just made this movie and not called it RoboCop. And I think you would have been fine because at least you don't have the RoboCop baggage of trying to compare this to that, which you were never going to do. Make it just some cyborg cop movie. Does it have to be this?
No, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't even, I look at that image right there. I don't even think RoboCop.
No.
If you just removed that title, you could have called it anything.
Cyborg cop.
Okay. Yeah. Would have been fine. But then again, they were trying to cash in on the name recognition.
Got to cash in.
And I hope it worked on that opening box office because I doubt this will sell half as much as, say, any edition of the 87 RoboCop.
Any fans for this movie out there? If you are, Lindsay's going to throw you out of the chat. I mean, am I wrong? Are we wrong? Like, is there any value to this whatsoever? I'm sorry, I tuned this thing out as soon as it even.
That was harsh.
Yeah, it was harsh. I tuned it out instantly.
It was way harsh, Todd.
We could have probably just watched it and said it was bad, but I chose not to watch it and say it's bad at the same time.
No. I would have felt so foolish watching this back then and today. And no, I'm not wasting my time. Anyone knew what this was the minute it was announced.
Yeah.
You know, shame on you.
Shame on you.
If you watched this movie and did not enjoy, if you watched this movie and enjoyed it, good for you. Legitimately, that's awesome. If you watched this movie and didn't enjoy it, shame on you because you should have known what you were getting into.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that mindset like someone like you and I have, where we're going to look at the original and put it on this pedestal, why would we even subject ourselves to attempting it? It could be great, and to someone like us, we'd still probably shit on it. You know what I'm saying? So it has no chance. So why attempt it?
What kind of features you think it's going to get? Anything good?
But I begrudge nobody for... No, I'm just kidding. I'd judge anybody who does this.
I was going to say,
I would totally
you're way judgmental. Met
somebody and they said, "Hey, I love that Joel Kinnaman RoboCop," I would look at them like, yeah.
Has anyone out there seen it? I've got to know.
We're abandoning everyone.
I know. Everyone's like bailing. It's fine. But you know what I'm not going to bail on? After I take a sip of water?
Species 2?
Nope. I'm not going to bail on RoboCop 2 of the original series, RoboCop 2, not the Joel Kinnaman RoboCop 2 that everyone was excited to get. Are you excited for RoboCop 2?
You know, it's funny.
You couldn't believe I was excited about it when you texted me that night.
Yeah, I could. I get this one gets love, huh?
I don't know if it does or if it doesn't.
This one gets love, apparently. I don't think I remember it. Refresh my memory on it. This is American
It's
Gigolo.
Weird. Yeah, this is American Gigolo all over again.
American RoboCop.
Well, this one's coming out June 18th as well. And obviously back then it was a sequel everybody knew was going to... You knew you were going to get a sequel to this movie. Like, you knew it was going to happen back then. And then when it did, just like you said about that one, it's so hard to recreate not just the visual style. Like, you crack the code with the visual style. Awesome. But there's just so much more to that movie that you can't just like cut and paste. Like, you have to kind of like be tapped into it a little bit, and a new director, a new vision, you're just not going to retain that. So it's like the best thing you could have possibly gotten probably without all the stuff that you really loved. So I know you've called it Major League 2 in the past. It's got the Major League 2 feeling.
But you know what's funny? I made a comment on one of our other videos, and I don't even remember how this came up, and someone pointed out that RoboCop 2 was actually rated R.
It is rated R.
RoboCop 3 that was toned down.
Yes.
And maybe I'm confusing these two.
It is rated R.
Is there a scene in an arcade? That's what
Yes.
In RoboCop 2.
I believe so, yes. Mm-hmm.
Does the captain of the precinct have a larger role in it?
I don't remember that.
Like the black dude.
Yeah, I know you mean.
His name.
I know you mean.
All right, tell me more about. Is there more shit in RoboCop 2 of like him remembering stuff and like you're seeing it through his point of view?
There is more of that, but I feel like the bigger departure for this movie is, you know, in the first RoboCop, it was RoboCop himself, a lot of internal drama, struggle going on, and then you had the big corporation who he was fighting against, and there was mid-level bosses. You know, you had the Clarence Boddickers, and then you'd finally get to the Dick Joneses or whatever.
True. Yeah, who's the equivalent to like Dick Jones?
Yeah, so in this movie, there's like a drug lord type dude who gets killed, and he gets put into a robot. And now there's a lot of time spent with that villain as a robot and his gang and his crew. So there's a lot of time that's taken away from RoboCop himself and more about what's this going on and how are they going to like eventually go up against one another.
Does that whole crew like take him apart at one point?
Yeah, and it's that dude. What's his name? Tom Noonan or something? Kane. Is his name like Kane in it? Let me look really quick.
It is Kane.
Yeah, it's Kane. Yeah, it's like that Tom Noonan guy is like the villain. I think his name. Yeah, Tom Noonan. You know what I'm talking about? Tom Noonan. He's like really weird looking dude.
Yeah.
Tall, thin dude. Like, so he's
Manhunter.
Yeah, so his name's Kane. He's like some big drug lord, and it's plaguing Detroit or wherever.
Okay, I'd have to rewatch.
He's in a unique looking robot. Him and RoboCop fight against each other. He's much larger.
I vaguely remember. I'd have to. I have no clue.
It's very strange. It's a little bit more of. I feel like it. I kind of like had an odd feeling watching it, just like a little bit different than the first RoboCop. It's like not as fun or something. There's like just a weird.
Well, the first one's, like I said, it's satirical.
It is.
Most movies like that aren't. Especially the ones that we were watching as kids that were given to us as action or sci-fi. They didn't have that satirical bent. Plus, the original, what Verhoeven did a lot, and especially in RoboCop, ultra violence. Yeah. Ultra violence. It's not just the violence. Like in RoboCop, you're not just shooting off his hand. We're seeing his hand explode off his guy. You know what I mean? It's not just a dude running through toxic waste. His goddamn skin's falling off and shit like that. Like, it was ultra violent. And I think anything is going to pale in comparison no matter what.
I can't remember the level. It is rated R. I can't remember the level of violence that they take certain things to in RoboCop 2. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember.
But I'm not even talking about like the violence in terms of it being offensive or effective.
No, I know
I'm
what you mean.
talking about the violence in terms of that tone.
Yeah.
Of like, there's a tone that gets built around that. So even when the violence isn't occurring, that tone is still there. That's why Clarence Boddicker is so fucking menacing. It's because we know what he's sick. We know that from the beginning.
And he's not even a menacing looking guy.
So even when he's not being menacing, even when he's just not being menacing, there is menace there because we know how much glee. He's Alex in Clockwork Orange or something. You know what I mean? That's no sequel.
No.
I've never seen in the history of film a sequel duplicate that manic energy or like that level of ultra.
Well, dude, even like
in satire, and all that. You can't. I can't think of it ever happening twice.
And you don't have a Clarence Boddicker, you don't have a Dick Jones, you don't have a Bobby, you don't have like all these different characters that are so memorable. Like in this one, like I said, it's still great because it's Peter Weller. It's still great because it's got that RoboCop feel. It's just a strange take on it in a way. That all being said, I'm very interested in picking this up. Now, I will give a caveat to it, though, as far as me not maybe picking up this Screen Factory one. I want to see what you think about my idea or what other people think, too. But again, there's no detail or art, but they are going all in on the old tchotchke method with this one at Scream. Good old Screen Factory. This is the one that comes just with like a poster. And then here's one that comes with 2 slipcovers and 2 posters and one of those Prism stickers, which I'm loving. I got to tell you, I'm loving the Prism stickers. I do like those. I wish I could just buy this separately. And then here's a bundle with like basically everything. And I think you might even be able to get this broken down one more way, but it's, both slipcovers, both posters, Prism, a bumper sticker that says "Say No to Nuke," which is the drug they sell, the drug lord guy. And then the RoboCop pins, which the OCP pin is pretty awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, so they're giving you everything possible here. And the reason why I'm pausing on this one, as we all know, Arrow put RoboCop 1 out. And traditionally, Arrow is kind of Scream's counterpart sometimes in the UK. They do a lot of the releases that sometimes Arrow puts out, Scream put out in the US, and it's actually their transfer they're using and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know if there's going to be a companion piece in the near future, a steelbook, collector's edition, whatever from Arrow. I could totally see them doing that. Absolutely. And if that's the case, I really would want both spines to look the same. I wouldn't want my Scream Factory one sitting next to it. Maybe that's just my wishful thinking and OCD showing a little, but that's my thought.
No, it totally is that.
If you were going to buy two,
it is your OCD showing, and I agree with you.
What would you do if you were me?
Okay, so my OCD is a little different on this one because the sequel, even if you like the sequel, it's inferior.
Okay.
I wouldn't even look at this sequel. I wouldn't look at this as a franchise. I don't look at RoboCop as a franchise. So similar to Tremors, right? Remember Arrow did what you're saying with Tremors and Tremors 2.
Yes.
It wouldn't bug me if I liked Tremors 2. To me, it's lesser. It wasn't theatrical. No Kevin Bacon. I know it's not, you know what I mean? But just for me, my OCD collecting, it doesn't bother me with those two titles. Now, if it's, say, Godfather 2, yes, I would be OCD because the two Raid movies, I would want them like that because they're equal in terms of quality to me and merit and status. Whereas RoboCop 2, Terminator 2, that's a good one where, yes, I'd want them.
Not Genesis.
No, fuck no. Pet Cemetery 2, don't really care. I like that there's a special edition of Pet Cemetery 2, but to me the first one it's better.
I really like you have a good rhyme or reason here. You really figured this out.
I'm discussing it now. I don't consciously think
Well, let me ask you this question.
This is just something I know I do.
Well, let me ask you this. If both were out at the same time, would you buy the Arrow one or would you buy the Scream Factory one? If you were going to buy one.
Arrow.
Just so you could have the companions.
Oh, you mean because I already own the Arrow RoboCop that you showed?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
Gotta have the
both.
ones that,
I did that with Conan.
Oh, did you?
I got Destroyer and Barbarian.
Oh, yeah.
Both the.
That's what you got to do. I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna wait.
If it's right off the bat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait.
I see what you.
I'm gonna wait. That's why I'm waiting because I feel like it's gonna come out. I don't know does anyone else feel like that's a good strategy? Am I a fool? Am I a fool for even liking RoboCop 2? Does anyone love or have any love for RoboCop 2? That's probably a better way to say it. I don't think anyone loves RoboCop 2.
Yeah, we got to work on our approach. Who out there hates everything like us?
Lindsay in the booth, do we got anybody commenting on RoboCop 2?
Rich Sadler said that RoboCop 2 is too much fun.
Too much fun, says Rich Sadler. I want that on the box.
Honestly, that's
too much fun.
But that makes me want to watch it because that's what I would expect from something like this. I know it's not going to be as good. Make it fun. Yeah. Don't make it smart. Don't try to top it. Make it fun.
Yeah, make it fun.
That's a good endorsement.
Okay.
We have we have someone from Greece also chiming in saying that's a fun ultra-violent movie.
Is it ultra violent? I can't remember the violent level here. Does it still have that social commentary? Because I remember it lacking that bite like big time, other than drugs being like a big presence in the society at that time, the war on drugs. And
there might be just like a miscommunication. When I say ultra violent, I'm talking, I'm not saying it's not violent. I'm sure it's violent. I'm sure RoboCop 2 has violence. What I'm saying is there's a difference between watching violence in, Guardians of the Galaxy versus watching violence in Clockwork Orange or I Spit on Your Grave or movies like that. And that's what I'm saying. I would personally put RoboCop, the original, more in the Clockwork Orange side. I think it's designed to do that, to be shocking and satirical and all that. More real. You know what I mean? More real. Whereas I think RoboCop 2, from what I'm misremembering or what I've gathered all these years, feels more like movie violence.
Too fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, RoboCop's fun too.
It is
You're a
fun.
sick fuck. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not the aesthetic. It's not like, it's how it's presented. You know what I mean?
And I think what they tried to do with this one is like you can't, like, I guess they didn't want to mess with RoboCop. And then typically in a sequel, you have to amp things up. So what they did was they created a new robot that was like bigger and like, I don't know, like more different or interesting. And now, so that's the amp up. I think in the third one, RoboCop all of a sudden has like a jetpack. I think he gets upgraded in the third one. They went all out in the third one.
Yeah, by that point though, it was,
who cares?
Even by 2, I think they realized like we got to sell to kids.
No 3 here though. No 3 being released.
Yeah. Well, you don't seem disappointed about it.
Nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares.
I
So
don't
3 is definitely 3 is the unanimous fuck RoboCop.
It's when Lewis dies.
Wait, is she in the second one?
Yeah, Nancy Allen.
Allen is? Oh shit.
Yep, she sure
I'm
is.
gonna rewatch this. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, she's in it. They're all back. Everybody's back.
I say rewatch it. It's basically gonna be a
Our
first
first time watch.
Like I said, I know we're going back to like, hey, I was in 3rd, 4th grade.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Whereas the original is a classic. I've seen multiple times over and over again as I got older.
Well, before we that's all the Scream news. Species 2. Like I said, I don't know if anybody's into the Species trilogy. I don't even know how many there are.
I don't either.
And I'm not picking up a matinee. Is anybody picking up RoboCop 2 or any of these titles before we move along? We're going to be talking about some Paramount next.
Paramount present me, Matt.
I'm going to Paramount present you, Russ. Lindsay in the booth, anything to share before we move along?
No, Victor Fontaine did say that he was going to be picking up RoboCop 2 and Species 2 just to go along with both originals.
I was going to say Species 1, already came out too. Yep. Okay. Well, Russ, unless you have anything else you wanted to share, I'm going to move along to Paramount Presents.
I'm telling you, man, I got gear on my mind.
You got gear on the mind. Well, last time they gave us Primal Fear with gear. Now we're moving on to Chinatown.
It never ends.
No, it never ends. Chinatown, Russ. Coming out, again, another June 18th title. A lot coming out June 18th. It's a big day. June 18th. Coming out in their Paramount Presents line. Again, this is in 4K. This isn't a Blu-ray. They're not swindling us right up front. There's been a ton of Blu-rays of this coming out, but what's actually pretty interesting about this is they're including the 2 Jakes in there. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool. I'm sure they're just dumping an old Blu-ray in there for you. I don't know if they're, but exactly, but still, it's like you're getting 2 movies here, which even though, again, the 2 Jakes I've seen, I think it's a good movie. It's not Chinatown, but I like that they're giving you the companion piece within the same collection. I think that's awesome.
I've never seen the 2 Jakes.
Yeah, I did.
So that's actually a great bonus for me.
Yeah.
I am picking this up, and now I get to see the sequel, which I never caught.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, this is one of those old school titles that a lot of people have been like, waiting on, commenting on here and there. And I wasn't sure myself who was going to end up putting this out. I don't know if anybody was rumored down the line to have been putting this out, but now Paramount themselves are going to put it out in their Paramount Presents lines of all things. It comes in, it looks like the original, it's not an original art slip, but it's like what they normally do, where you have like this new art slip over top, but when you open it, you have that poster on the inside. And the original art poster, which I love, and I kind of wish that was what the art was on the outside, honestly. I mean, I don't mind what I'm looking at there, but I just love that Chinatown art. It's so cool. That original, cool. Like smoke. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know if people are worried, excited that this is coming out for Paramount. I know a lot of times they're like hit or miss, and people aren't afraid to share that ever. But this is also, let me see if I can just throw the features on there. A ton of stuff too, which again, you're getting a lot of stuff from previous releases, but you're also getting a 4K restoration from the original camera negative and 3 new like interviews, one from the author and historian who wrote the book Goodbye Chinatown in the Last Years of Hollywood, some legendary producer, Howard or Hawk Koch. He shares his stories from his time as assistant director on the film, and then Sam Watson discusses the planned 3rd installment, which would have led to a trio of movies. So some new stuff in here too. It's not bad.
I know this isn't new. This was on the Blu-ray release before, but also you get a commentary with guy who watched it, David Fincher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notable director, person who put it on, looked at it.
I thought he was just a Chinatown historian.
I think you're a
did some
Chinatown
movies.
historian. What do you think, dude? You excited about this or what?
No, I am. I'm with you. I don't like the artwork. I wish it was the original.
I know.
It just, but this is definitely, I mean, it's a movie you got to own.
Yeah.
It's like a requirement.
Yeah. I agree. I wish that there was something a little bit better coming out for this. If it's going to come out, and maybe there will be something. This isn't bad. I like Paramount Presents.
How many previous Paramount Presents releases were re-released?
A handful. Some came out directly in 4K to begin with, but some did get re-released.
No, I don't mean like
48 Hours comes to mind.
No, I meant from like another
Oh,
not,
not sure.
re-released from
their own.
4K. That's what they're known for.
Not re-releasing their own stuff a year later.
Nah. The only one who's rivaling them now is Scream Factory.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, like, I don't see. Yeah, you got to pick it up.
I mean, you're going to pick it up for sure. I actually watched this movie and The Two Jakes as a part of a college course. It was like detectives in literature or detectives in movies and literature is something that it was called. So we read like 5-6 detective novels, and I watched this, Two Jakes, and I think one other movie. I forget what it was, but I thought they were both like really good. I mean,
they both are.
Well, Two Jakes is really good. It doesn't have the edge that Chinatown's got. Chinatown's got an edge, and it's got a darkness to it that I don't think the Two Jakes has. But Keitel's in it.
Yeah.
He's really good in it.
Yeah, I never saw it. Oddly,
Now's your chance.
I was aware of the Two Jakes before I was aware of Chinatown.
Yeah.
Just because of my age, I remember the Two Jakes being aware of that film existing before hearing of Chinatown. I'm probably one of the only people ever to have that experience, I'd imagine.
Yeah, this was probably one of the first times too where I watched a movie where, like, you know how the resolution just like makes you feel like not great? Not in terms of like it didn't resolve well, but what the resolution is.
I thought you were literally talking about the picture resolution.
No. Like the resolution of the movie. The resolution of the movie. Like how it ends. Like what the beat is on how they end it.
I say the title of the movie.
Yeah, but just like how they leave things, it's just like I remember thinking like, wow, I hadn't really seen too many movies yet that didn't leave things in a positive way or in some kind of like, you know, everything's fine. It's all wrapped up nice. It's like, this really ain't going to be wrapped up nice, is it?
Especially one that's probably, like when you're watching it at that age, like classic, like it's a film noir.
Yeah.
It's classic.
I wasn't expecting it.
If it was artsier and probably like crazier, independent, you were probably expect maybe more of you were probably expecting a resolution.
Yeah. I mean, it resolves. Like don't get me wrong. Like I feel like I got everything I needed to get, but it's like just what happens. Like, wow, this isn't how normal movies end for me at that time.
It doesn't. I mean, yeah.
So the Two Jakes.
I always heard the Two Jakes was lesser.
It's definitely not on the same par. No,
but even critically, I never.
It's not. It's not. Everyone's a little older. Jack Nicholson's a little older. I feel like the vibe of it's just different in general. It's still like him. It's still a detective story. It's still intriguing, but it just doesn't have that. Like this movie just has like a punch to it that one just doesn't have. I don't know. I pre-ordered it. I hesitantly pre-ordered it. I think for most people, just this coming out in 4K is probably a day one in most circumstances. But because it's such a big title, I don't know, is someone else going to put this out down the line? Who's the UK distributor maybe that could put this out that could do a really nice thing for it? You know, like, I don't know if it's wishful thinking. I don't know who owns the rights to Paramount stuff.
That's why I asked about Paramount. Yeah, I was like, what has this happened before? Because I'm trying to really weigh the options here.
Yeah. And also, will they even do the transfer justice? Like I said, it's hit or miss what they do sometimes.
You'd think they'd take this one seriously.
I hope so.
Like you'd think they'd take this one a little more seriously compared to, another 48 hours.
Yeah. The only other thing that they're showing so far, I mean, it would be really awesome is a 4K steelbook of that original art. I don't know if they've done a Paramount Presents steelbook crossover yet, but I'll take that any day of the week. Zavvi showed us this.
Oh, shit.
So here's where there's some differences. So you've got not to mention those stickers on the thing, which I hope they peel off because, I hate that. But In this, there's a hard outer box with a traditional case that slides in, so it's not that slipcase style thing. You're getting all the art cards, you're getting a poster, you're getting like a business card, some pamphlet. You're getting a lot of the traditional stuff. What you're not getting here is the 2 Jakes. So that kind of stinks. If you're a person who likes to collect this kind of memorabilia,
that wouldn't
with your
bother
movies.
me though, because I've never seen the 2 Jakes, and I think kind of I kind of like what we were speaking on with you know, like who would put those side by side?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. So
like, let me ask you this. Let me flip that question to you. If you've seen both. If you were going to buy Chinatown and the 2 Jakes, would you give a fuck if the 2 Jakes was like simpatico with Chinatown and its representation?
I'm going to be honest with you, Russ. If the 2 Jakes was not there, I would not buy it separately. The fact that it is there, I like, and will probably encourage me to watch just because I've got it now. But I would never go out of my way just to buy it.
Yeah. So you're in the same boat as me, basically, when it comes to that. But I'm talking about, you understand the concept of what I'm saying, of like one is inferior in almost every way you look at it and its acceptance.
Yeah.
And, you know.
The age labels on there always bother me. I hate that. If that was a steelbook, I would really be considering it. I think this is close to $50, though, I want to say.
I'm surprised you didn't get this one, though.
I didn't. Because this just doesn't do it for me.
I think they all peel off now, dude.
They're on the spine, too. I just don't like that. No, this isn't the one for me. I got the Paramount Presents one. The Paramount Presents one was like $15 cheaper.
I'll tell you one thing that bugs me about Paramount Presents. I feel like all of those cases that they pull, I don't feel like they sit well. Everyone I have is kind of like
stick out
slanted.
a little.
Yeah,
because that thing doesn't completely close.
So yeah. And I don't know.
Lindsay in the booth. Do we have anybody that's wanting Chinatown? Do we have anybody that cares about what edition they have?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few people that.
There's a poll.
They picked it up immediately. Oh, is there a poll?
Is there a poll?
Oh, did you set up a poll?
If you click, I think there's like a little plus in the bottom right.
Oh, you're going to teach me something.
You could create a poll
on the spot.
I'm teaching Lindsay, the producer, on the spot.
All right. Well, I'll come back to that. But yeah, people are excited. They picked it up immediately or pre-ordered it immediately.
Which one?
We've got someone picked it up from, I think, Zavvi. I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, someone grabbed it from Zavvi. Someone else got it from Amazon UK. I don't know exactly which one.
Picked it on up.
Oh, someone grabbed the collector's edition from Amazon UK.
Yeah, I know this was something that a lot of people, myself included, was like, when is this going to drop? Like, it's got to happen at some point. It's just,
Yeah,
I'm just sometimes. I'm sorry, I guess I'm just sometimes confused as to why there isn't more, bigger fanfare for certain things. But I will say they are doing a new, restoration from that camera negative. There was some blurb about them, using, up to date, not AI technology, but technology to like restore certain frames that, had been like completely damaged. They are giving you new features, which is really cool. So, I mean, this is getting some love.
Well, I mean, in the case of this one, I'll only accept AI if you get the director back to approve. I'll accept anything this director does, man.
He's a hologram. He comes back as a hologram and gives an interview.
No, I mean, well, let me ask you, you flip that question. How do you feel? So do you want Polanski to come back and oversee anything with his vision today? Like, what would Polanski have done back in the early 70s and keep that mind frame to preserve Chinatown? You want Polanski back in that early 70s mindset he had?
Do you think they reached out to him for this?
The FBI?
Yeah. Do you think the FBI reached out to find out his whereabouts and or what's going on with the Chinatown restoration?
There's going to be a new commentary from J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover. Well, I don't know. It sounds like there's a lot of buzz out there. A lot of people getting the old Chinatown, Russ. You pre-ordered, or you said you didn't yet? It's going to come down, I'm sure, another $5 or two.
And to your point of, the clamoring for it and all that, this is a title I guess I just always take for granted.
Yep.
I always just kind of assume, hey, that's going to happen or it's not going to happen or no, I'm sorry. I always assume it's going to happen, just a matter of when.
This is the badass poster for the two Jakes that I found.
Yeah, I know. I remember this.
Isn't this poster kind of cool?
Wait, you never saw this? This was the VHS cover I remember at like the rental stores growing up.
It kind of looks like if the Joker never became the Joker.
Yeah, well, it did. It came out in like 1990 or something. It was around the same time as Burton's Batman.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's a badass cover.
It is, dude. It's awesome. I like Harvey Keitel in the back. He's got his gun fired.
See, I never even realized that was Keitel.
Look at him back there.
I knew he was in the movie, but I didn't realize that was him in this image.
I'm gonna watch the two Jakes again. I'm gonna come back to that movie. I think that movie was pretty cool. Two other quick Paramount mentions before we wrap up, Russ. Just two other quick ones, unless you had any other things you wanted to share.
No.
Maybe that the audience would like to share with us.
Yeah, what does the audience want to hear? Let's take a break. Hey, Lindsay in the booth, do we have any viewer questions?
I'll let them roll in and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll let them roll in.
Do you have any of them
Yeah.
immediately?
Yeah, let's let them all roll in, Russ.
Let them roll in.
Let's let the dozens of questions roll in.
I see there is a start a Q&A button. Should I press that and see what happens?
There's a start a poll button and a start a Q&A button. I know how the poll one works. The Q&A, that's going to be up to your discretion.
I'm going to click it.
Start a poll asking who knows how the Q&A in live streams work.
Do you know? Yes
and
or
then
no?
start the Q&A also asking about the poll.
All right, the Q&A is live.
The Q&A is live.
I don't know exactly what that means, but
Me
it's
neither.
up there.
But it's live.
Type
Do
something.
we have any super questions?
Oh, here we have a question.
Already.
I haven't even read it yet, so it's not been screened, but
Okay.
I'm excited. What are your opinions on the new upcoming Aliens documentary, Aliens Expanded? They just got James Cameron in on it. It's $99 to get your name in the credits and Blu-ray and goodies.
Wow. So that's like a GoFundMe kind of a thing or a Kickstarter kind of a thing?
Like it.
I'm actually not aware. The only new Alien stuff that I was privy to was that they're doing that Alien Romulus and they're still kind of pumping stuff out. But I didn't know that James Cameron was coming back to talk on really anything. So have they got the funding for it and they're just now in the process of producing it with James Cameron on it? Is that what that documentary is?
Sounded like they were still crowdsourcing.
Get back to me. How much does James Cameron need to come back? What do they have it set to? Couple hundred?
He's trying to fund a new submarine adventure, I'm sure.
The Abyss 2 coming soon.
They promised him a trip to the bottom of the ocean.
All the way.
I'll come back and talk about anything.
All the way. While we continue to crowdsource more questions that Russ wants to answer, I don't have any images for these, but I just wanted to just shout out two really quick ones. Paramount Presents, since we were talking about them. Remember that movie Breakdown?
With Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's
Kathleen Quinlan.
Yep, and who's the bad guy in that?
I always forget his name, but he passed
JT
away.
Walsh.
JT Walsh. Yes.
Kind of gives me a what's his name? Kind of a vibe. Gosh, why did I lose his name? He's got like that interesting kind of a look that you always just pick him out in every movie he's ever in.
Yeah.
Kind of like our boy. God, why did I just lose it from Crash? Your boy. Blonde hair.
James Spader.
Yeah, it kind of gives me like a James Spader haircut kind of a look. Am I wrong?
James Spader haircut.
He kind of has James Spader's haircut, I feel like.
I guess.
All right, Russ. Well, anyway, Breakdown from Paramount Presents came out on their line on Blu-ray. They're putting that back out in 4K.
Sweet. I'll pick that up.
Because I knew that you had talked about when we mentioned
I didn't pick
it
it
at
up
the time.
back then. Yeah.
I know.
I played, because
You played the long game.
They screwed me. What did they screw me on? It was 48
hours. Yes.
Yeah, they got me on 48 hours. I wasn't onto their goddamn game at that point.
No.
I picked up 48 hours on Blu-ray, and then what was it? 2 months later, they announced the 4K.
Yeah.
Same damn thing.
I feel like that's going to happen to me with Ordinary People.
Same, but I did the same thing you did. I think I bought it when it dropped.
$10.
Yeah, it was $10 on Amazon.
Quick $10 pickup.
I love this movie enough to where I'll pick it up for $10.
Well, dude, at the time Breakdown was coming out, I saw a bunch of people hyping it up like, oh, great 90s thriller, an underseen gem, Kurt Russell at his best, like all this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't know. And you even bigged it up a little.
Russell's always at his best.
Hey.
And I know that.
Kurt, you watching?
That's how, that sounds like, oh, what is that? Like one of my favorite actors of all time or something? No, I'm not even saying that. But for real, when has Kurt Russell not been consistent?
Yeah.
He's always his best.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, he's great in Breakdown. There's nothing, dude, it's just one big action. It's just one big, like, action movie. Like, there's no real pathos in it. It's just a big, I don't know, it's fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
Well, now it's coming out in 4K, and I wonder if you're going to get like a standalone, kind of like you got the 48 hours with that like digi opening kind of box thing. Then when they put them out in 4Ks, they were regular ass cases.
Oh, are they?
They didn't like redo it in the Paramount Presents line, and I don't know if that's what's going to happen with Breakdown. They'll just give you like
their
the case.
4Ks aren't in that same style. Like Chinatown, we were just
Chinatown is, yeah.
Out.
But when they did 48 hours, the Blu-ray was in that. When the 4Ks came out, it wasn't in that same style. It was just in a 4K regular case.
Oh.
So you can maybe swap your discs out and buy it twice, but you're only going to get that Paramount Presents packaging in the Paramount Presents version. So I don't know if when they put the 4K out, you know what I mean? Just two dudes talking about swapping slip cases on breakdown discs.
I don't care. I mean, I won. I waited. I won. You know what else? The long game.
I don't care.
Long game. I'm playing it with Scream and Shout Factory too.
What's the long game with them?
Child's Play.
Child's Play.
I have not picked up one Child's Play 4K.
I got the first in the Steelbook because it was the original art.
I even rolled the dice and didn't get that because I'm going to bank on a 4K set.
Okay.
At some point.
All right. Okay, Russ. I see. I hear you.
I'm winning. What else? I passed up other things on.
Here comes one more. Here comes another. Comes another pass up. You ready? This wasn't Paramount Presents, but it came out from Shout Factory on Blu-ray. And at the time, because we knew Paramount owned the rights to it, at the time we were like, why no 4K of this movie? Turns out, and we're like, maybe Paramount's holding on to it. Sure enough, they were holding on to it. And now they're going to put out a 4K of Team America World Police.
Wow. I might pick that. Wait. Yeah, I think I will pick that up because I don't think I've ever upgraded from DVD.
And when they put it on that Blu-ray, there was like the whatever uncut version, some version that was like only ever on one DVD release prior. There was like something that, you know, now you were getting like all the versions that you wanted on that Blu-ray, but people were wondering about the 4K. I never picked that up. I probably would pick the 4K up also.
Yeah. Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Those are good announcements.
Good announcements. Good little, you know, throwaways.
We didn't talk about it on here. The South Park movie is getting a 4K also.
Is it?
I believe so.
Did it already come out?
I don't know. Look it up.
Hey, look it up. Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
Lindsay in the booth. What about the South Park movie?
Let me see.
I do have a question.
What's the question?
Rich Sadler asked if you guys also share his enthusiasm for InnerSpace.
Love InnerSpace.
And
Rich Sadler commented that he wants InnerSpace in 4K, and I agreed.
Yes. Okay. So he wants to know, what do you think the chances are of getting that 4K release?
I
could see Kino putting that out or something.
I can see Shout Select.
Oh, I could see that.
I mean, you got Matinee. They've done Scream's done Howling.
That's true. Oh, that's
Shout
true.
Selected The Burbs.
Okay.
Damn, I can see Shout Select doing InnerSpace. I think that's high. I'm always shocked it never happened, or it hasn't happened yet.
No, that's a good call.
Blu-ray, at least.
That's a good call. Yeah, they have put a few of his titles out already. I think we should do a segment where we talk about all like the main labels, but the movie, like one movie that we want each of those labels to put out.
That would be cool.
Like, here's like my wish list movie for Vinegar Syndrome to put
segment, out. That could be a series. I thought about that even when we just did our movies we need on 4K. It's like, I'm condensing. I could go on for days.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, that wasn't shit.
That wasn't shit. You want to see my list?
That was like, those were the ones where I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of people behind me on this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I could keep going on that.
You want to see my DVD shelf? It's basically all of those.
Yeah, pretty much.
100 of them.
InnerSpace, I believe it was, oh no, I guess Gremlins was. I was going to say it may have been my first Joe Dante movie, but Gremlins was for sure. It was definitely my second though. I loved it as a kid. And I would love a 4K to come out because I honestly haven't seen it in a very long time. Matt knows I'm not a big fan of Dennis Quaid, but that's one movie I do like that he's in.
I like Quaid.
I remember just like other films, kind of like, Dante Twilight Zone as well. Just like his episode in the Twilight Zone movie kind of creeped me out in ways. InnerSpace creeped me out as a little kid with some of those effects, like shaking and all that shit. And he did the same thing in Twilight Zone. But yeah, fucking Meg Ryan.
Love Meg Ryan.
Short. Oh,
love Martin Short.
I would buy it day one, and I'd be excited to rewatch it because it's been a minute.
I think it would be awesome in 4K too. Great question, Rich. We're hoping for it too. We'll be covering that instantly when it came out. I'm typing in the South Park movie. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, South Park, Bigger, Longer.
South Park, Bigger, longer and uncut. It is
Well,
coming out June 25th
on 4K.
on 4K Ultra
Yeah.
HD.
I was surprised. I saw that announced. I was like, damn, why didn't we cover that on the channel?
I didn't really watch South Park.
I know, but I figured that's perfect fodder.
Perfect fodder, Paramount.
For a 4K king
And look, it's the perfect time because Paramount's putting it out. You're right in line.
with Team America.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Redemption.
That's why, yeah, I don't know shit about Richard Gere, but god damn, I know my Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Love me some gear.
Love
okay,
me.
another question.
Another question's come in.
Have you guys talked about Caligula on 4K? Is it worth the pickup? This person says that they like the cast, but heard it's borderline pornographic, and they're on the fence about the film.
It's not borderline pornographic. I mean, it's pretty close.
I've never seen it,
I've seen bits and pieces.
and I'm in the same boat as the comment.
It was Daniel. Sorry, I forgot to name him.
as
Thank you, Daniel.
I'm in the same boat. I was always intrigued because Malcolm McDowell's in it, right?
He is Caligula.
Yeah. So being a kid who loved Clockwork Orange, it was always on my radar. But I always heard the same. It's Helen Mirren's in it too,
I believe.
right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was always on my radar, but I always heard that it was just more porn than it was actual good
Plot.
movie. Yeah. Which I'm not saying that's correct. That's just the consensus I either felt
Yeah.
or gleaned from some source when I was a child, and I never visited it because of that.
I never saw I know that it's coming out on 4K, and I forget, is it Umbrella that's putting it out? I'm not sure what studio's putting it out, but there is a big to-do release coming out for Caligula. Caligula is one of two movies that I did not see, but read what they were about and then sought them out and just kind of fast forwarded it through it just to kind of see.
Oh yeah.
The other one was Salo.
We knew what you were doing.
Salo.
We just fast to see, what all the hubbub.
What's all this gay sex about? Let me just find all those parts and erase them from history. Erase them from my mind. I have to watch it once so I know. But that and that Salo movie, which you bought, why you bought that, I have no idea. But it's just like one of those like morbid curiosity kind of thing, kind of like a Serbian film, kind of like these movies that it's like just have this like reputation that I'm not going to sit probably and watch these movies. I'm just going to see what it is. And I saw what it was, and it was a little pornographic.
I didn't realize Caligula was like in that, bro. I just thought it was more pornographic, not like troubling.
Let's ask the audience there about how much like frontal male nudity and actual penetrative sex you can
Wait,
see.
it starred Richard Gere?
I don't think he was a trailblazer. Then Caligula came out. They had to wait for Richard Gere walk so Caligula could run. But the parts I saw were very filled with debauchery and Malcolm McDowell's like having sex with everyone, man, woman, doesn't matter, and whenever he wants to, he does. It's like there's a lot of orgies going on. Obviously, because I'm scanning through, I'm picking up zero plot, so I have no idea what the inner workings are, but it's definitely what you've heard it to be. And if you like something that's that outrageous and just want to watch a piece of history, pick it up in 4K.
Maybe that's how I watched American Gigolo. I was just fast forwarding through stuff.
To find the dong.
I saw it. I just didn't.
What's all this full frontal nudity about? Let me just shuttle through and find that dong real quick.
Call me.
But have you actually watched Salo? Have you watched that movie?
No, that was a blind buy too on a
why?
Criterion sale. Because to me it was fucking hilarious. I read it. Yeah, like
yes.
And I was like, all right, that's gonna be
that can't be real. When you read the words, you're like, that can't really happen in the movie. They can't show that in the movie, can they?
But then also it intrigued me like how old it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like this is art.
It's something.
Honestly, dude, I still have never seen it.
It's something.
But I did blind buy. That's funny you noticed that. You noticed I don't have it on display. Because it's like I've never seen it. Like I gotta get to it one day. But like I read about it.
Yeah. I took a peek.
Yeah, you're a braver man.
I walked so you could buy. So you could blind buy.
You're the Richard Gere dick of me buying Salo.
Any other questions out there from the people? Anything else that they want to know?
Vegan Real One asked, what do you guys think about Disney not doing a physical release for All of Us Strangers? Said it's a fantastic movie for anyone who hasn't seen it.
All of Us Strangers. Why does that sound familiar? But I am drawing a blank. All of Us Strangers. Hold on one second.
Is that the one with Mark Wahlberg and the dog?
All of Us Strangers. Why do I know that familiar name? All the Strangers. A British romantic fantasy film based on a novel called Strangers, starring Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal.
Was this released in North America?
A screenwriter preoccupied with memories of the past as he develops a relationship with mysterious neighbor Harry. It is the second feature adaptation of the novel after the Japanese film The Discarnates. Lindsay in the booth has been wanting to see All of Us Strangers, so she's dying for that 4K release and pissed that Disney is locking her out.
Well, I like Paul Mescal a lot.
Mescal. Yeah, that's cool.
I've heard it's great.
That's probably why I heard because then we watched an interview with him and he was probably like plugging it or something. That's probably why I know the name. But you heard of this movie?
No.
It's stupid.
First time I'm hearing about it.
And why is Disney blocking it? What's the problem?
Is it controversial?
What's the big deal?
Is it a big hit on Disney Plus?
I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. But it sounds good. I mean, I'm just looking at all the reviews and stuff. It sounds like a cool movie.
It might come as a special feature on Chinatown.
Bonus disc.
2 Jakes and All of Us Strangers.
Random select copies. Get All of Us Strangers disc thrown in. All right, well, this is definitely on my radar now. And clearly it's on Lindsay's radar as well. So this is probably something that I'll have to kind of keep in the back of my head and see. If this is on Disney Plus, I guess. It sounds like, right? Maybe Fox Search.
I had no idea it's a Disney
Matt,
movie.
you stream?
I don't. We'll have to figure out.
You're like, it's on Disney Plus. Huh? American Gigolo, that's on Disney Plus, right?
I'm like, I'm out of here.
I'll stream some Richard Gere dick.
That's the only way Richard Gere's dick's coming into this house. It's on a stream.
You need that compressed.
That bit rate better be low. I don't need any wide bit rates. I don't need all those dick
It is on Disney Plus.
I don't need those dick pixels. All right, well, thanks for the shout out. I'm going to definitely, we'll have to check that out. No, I'm interested in seeing that now. And then I guess I can weigh in on whether or not it should get a physical media release. But the answer already is yes.
I have to look into it more. All I'm hearing is, I don't have anything in front of me.
Honestly, Fox Searchlight.
Sounds decent from what you just said.
Wasn't Fox Searchlight Poor Things and The Menu? And they're screwing us over on 4Ks. This poor movie's not even getting released.
You might get a Blu-ray then. If it's Fox Searchlight.
Stupid.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's lousy.
Because both of those, Menu and Poor Things, both received Blu-rays, but no 4K.
Yeah. This is a great Q&A.
It is, man. We should start a TED Talk.
We should just do a whole Q&A. Nobody wants the news. Nobody cares about American Gigolo or Rocky 5000.
Dotson. We got Dotson here.
Oh, I
See,
have
nobody
another
cares.
question.
We got another question.
From AA, they said, do you guys still go to the theater? Civil War opens tomorrow and the reviews are amazing.
Well, I'm so glad that you said that. I've actually been talking about this movie for the last couple of days, and right when Russ got here, we were just talking about Civil War. I'm a huge fan of that director, and I've seen all of his movies up to this point, including the television show that he headed up, Devs. I would highly recommend that as well. If you like anything that this guy's done, you're going to love that show. But when I saw that trailer for Civil War, I was kind of like, I don't want to say put off, but I was like, this is such a interesting, almost like too on the nose sort of a topic to even take on. And it's not usually like what I expect from him. So I kind of was like, not sure what to think. But then when I started reading all these reviews and how it's like, how incredible it is and how, in a lot of ways apolitical it is, despite it being a really political topic, and just the way that he's capturing the essence of the story and just like what it's saying and what he's trying to bring to the table as far as the discussion's concerned, I'm like pretty blown away by what I've read so far. And I'm definitely interested in seeing it. Yes, we still go to the theater. I saw Ghostbusters Frozen Empire in the theater, if you watched early on in the stream, unfortunately. But yeah, we try to get there. I don't know that, usually we go as a family. I don't know if my 10-year-old's ready for Civil War, unless it's Captain America. But I hope to get
Usually I go with Matt's family.
I would love to see it in the theater. I don't really, want to wait to see this at home. I feel like probably it'd look awesome on the big screen. But has anybody else out there excited to see Civil War? Big Alex Garland fans?
I didn't even answer the question.
You didn't.
No.
I answered for you.
You really did.
I went hard. What's your point of view?
I'm not a big fan of the director, but I'm interested And as far as going to the movies, I try not to, honestly. I like going. I saw Gone with the Wind in the theater. And but I don't mind those, like those old Fathom TCM screenings, because everyone who's there wants to be there. There's no phones, there's no talking. If I do see a modern film in theaters, 9 times out of 10 I'm being dragged because it's a social event. Or I saw last night, or Late Night with the Devil. I saw that in the theater, and again, it was one of those situations where I don't think the word of mouth is quite there with it yet, so everyone there wanted to be there, and it was awesome. But if it's just a run-of-the-mill typical like, I try to fucking avoid it.
You walk out.
Unless I did walk out of a movie not too long ago. But again, it was Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. And I didn't feel like I was missing much at that point. You know, like it wasn't a movie I was dying to see. And it was crazy. That was like it was a couple of people being loud. That wasn't just me being anal, though. Yeah. Like, there were other people in that theater. Like, it turned into a whole fucking shouting match and stuff. Like, other people were walking out. It wasn't just me being ridiculous on that one. But yeah, that experience and stuff like that. It's like, I don't even, and if it doesn't happen, I'm anticipating it to happen. If somebody doesn't pull a phone out in the middle of a movie theater, I'm just waiting for them to do it. And then after they do it, I'm angry for the next 15 minutes until someone else does it again. And it's just,
you're just put off.
Yeah.
You're just put off.
So that's why, no, if it's something, if it has to be something I really, really want to see, or like I said, I do this whole algorithm in my head to where the word of mouth isn't out yet, so the idiots won't be there, and I gotta like really put it together.
Gotcha. Well, so no Civil War for you then. I hope to get there. It is a movie I'm going to see no matter what. I would hope to see it in the theater though, for sure.
Yeah, see that one to me. That one's a gamble, because that's going to dupe casual audiences, and casual audiences means ignorant audiences.
Yeah. Should be the no cell phone versus the cell phone
risk of ignorant audiences. I don't want to say not all casual audiences are bad, but the casual audience brings the risk of the ignorant audience.
Gotcha.
And I think Civil War is trying to post itself as a mainstream movie, from what I gather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Intelligent mainstream.
I do want to see it though.
Yeah.
I do want to see it.
Shout out to that movie. Lindsay, what else we got? We got anything else? Are we wrapping up?
Daniel just asked one question kind of related to what Russ was just saying. He asked, are you still able to watch a film without pulling out your phone? I used to host movie nights, and they're kind of ruined now as people just pull out their phones during the film.
Wow. That's a mini multi-tiered comment to unpack.
I know Matt has a lot of personal. There's a movie night thing involving us too in a group, and one member, I won't say his name, but we've talked behind closed doors about physically attacking him because he works during movie night.
Yes. If you're watching, you know who you are.
You're warned.
You're on notice. That is a great question, and no, we have not fallen victim to that trap. I don't even pull out my phone when I'm watching a TV show. It's not really. If I'm going to sit down and watch something, I absolutely sit down and watch something. And when you were mentioning movie night, why we were kind of smirking is we also have a movie night. We've been doing it for a little over 10 years at this point. And movie nights, in fact, it's tonight, and it's actually my movie that I'm going to be showing, and no one knows what that movie is. We don't really reveal that until showtime. But it does take place at my house, and my rules are in full effect. And there is no talking. There are no cell phones.
No fun.
There is no fun to be had other than staring blankly at the screen until the experience is over, and then you get to go home. You're like a hostage.
I love it. It's my kind of socialization.
Like where I don't have to socialize. I just get to watch.
Great.
But
I get to catch up with all my favorite screen.
Every once in a while, a little conversation side thing will happen, but it usually cleans up pretty quick. So I don't have to, speak out.
In general, it doesn't bother me one bit. No, if I watch a movie, I don't pick up my phone at all.
No.
At all.
Why am I watching the movie then?
But I'm not it's not a strict. I'm not a dictator like Matt. If I've seen the movie before, if there's something on in the background.
Well, background. If I'm sitting down to watch a movie or to show a movie to someone.
Yeah, of course.
Don't take your phone out.
Yes.
If I'm showing you that movie.
Oh, I know. I don't watch movies with my wife because of this. I don't. I will only watch them. Well, God, she's watching.
She's watching this right now. Here comes the news.
She's gonna get pissed off.
She's pissed.
No, literally most times I'll watch a movie first and then watch it with her, just because it's not her fault. Everyone's like this nowadays.
I like to do that too, but not for the phone reason. I just like to absorb a movie twice. And sometimes it's hard to do that if I watch it with
it helps
Lindsay, the producer, the first time.
Yeah, but a lot of times her and I, like a lot of times in the movies I'm interested in anyway, she's not like that.
Into it.
And it'll be a case where I'll watch it and be like, yo, you'd like this. And then I'd show it to her.
And then she gets her phone out. Yo, you'd like this. Oh, great.
No. I'll put it to, she doesn't, she won't, but I can tell she's doing it for me. Type of a thing.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. But I feel like she is the type of person that with the commenters referring to.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that just the phone's out the whole time, in and out.
No, I don't understand it. I can't deal with it. I don't. I'm like that in everything, dude. I'm a very, like, if there's competing noises, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like, I like something streamlined. I need to focus on something.
Agreed.
I always feel like I'm missing something if I'm distracted.
Agreed.
Even it could be the dumbest movie you've ever fucking heard of. It could be Freddy Got Fingered, and I'm sitting here like I don't want any distractions.
Yeah, I don't want to miss something.
Want anything, because I'll feel like if I do, I might completely misinterpret the whole thing.
Right.
Which is stupid. I know. Especially modern movies, they beat you over the head with the fucking point every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But because they know the audience is on their phones. But I don't know. I can't. I don't get any enjoyment. I don't get any enjoyment out of juggling attention.
So, long story short, we're one of you. If that's what you're hoping to hear, you heard it here first. We're definitely not pulling our phones out during any of this stuff. I like to really not pull it out a whole lot at all.
I was about to say, I don't even do it here.
No, I really like that.
No.
We're old school guys. Just two guys hanging out. Old school.
Right. We're very social, outgoing party people. We just love interacting.
It's because I have so many social engagements to keep up with. So many people constantly text me. I got to turn this off.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered with it. I basically know you, and that's it.
I mean, I've always said if there's one word that you'd use that most people would describe me as, extrovert.
Outgoing extrovert. Well, on that note, Russ, it's been a pleasure, as always, to sit here with you and just shoot the breeze, answer the questions of the people, share the news, talk movies, friendship, and more.
Were we done with the news?
We're done with the news. It's been, even though we were on spring break, the news wasn't too hot. I mean, I'll say this. I read a lot of rumors that are probably true, but there's like literally nothing to go on. And I felt like, why blow the load now? Like, let's wait till some more meat comes and then it's like for a later stream.
Let's wait till Thursday after we record and everything will be confirmed.
Literally right now, if I checked, it's like so many great bangers are dropping. All the movies we wanted in 4K, like so many of them are firing off. Nope, just me here and the two Jakes. But thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, enjoying, being a part of this community. We've loved it.
Thank you very much.
Coming up soon, what do we got going on, Russ?
We've got an Abyss review that will be debuting shortly.
Yes, we do.
A gang of our beloved clips. We're also going to be talking about the current state of physical media in 2024. That'll be coming up soon.
Yep.
And
just a lot of streaming.
Yeah, I'm going to try to beef up Instagram. If you guys don't follow us on IG, I'm going to start beefing that up.
Going to beef it up?
Beef it up.
What kind of beef we talking?
We're getting beefy on there.
Is that why you asked for the password right before we got started?
So yeah, we're gonna do some.
Russ is locked out of the IG. He needs to get back in. What's that password? I'm about to beef things up around here. Things are gonna start heating up.
I'm gonna learn the password. That's what
Once I get that password, things are gonna be on fire.
Hey Matt, what's your mother's maiden name? I'm trying to beef up these.
And the first street you lived on. What is it? Am I a robot? Do I need to click the CAPTCHA? 3 stop signs. There they are.
You just wait and see. You'll be eating these words. I'm going to be sitting around watching American Gigolo and knocking Instagram on its ass.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that. And I can't wait to join everyone again soon. The next time we're streaming, we're typically streaming on Wednesdays, but I heard that it's your anniversary 2 Wednesdays from now when we would normally stream. So we might do a different day, maybe a Tuesday of that week. Is that right?
That is correct.
It's your anniversary. What year are we talking?
What year?
Of your anniversary. Is it your first
3.
year? 3? Okay, 3-year anniversary. Big plans? Kate, you listening?
Yeah,
Kate's
not
out
going
there.
to do a live stream.
Not going to watch a movie.
Not going to watch a movie. not going to work here anymore.
All right. Well, it looks like you want to keep that buttoned up. Nice and private. All right, Russ. Well, we'll see. I like the way you like it. Just the way you like it. We'll put some announcements out soon when we're going to be live streaming next. Like Russ said, we have some segments coming out of Abyss Review, State of Physical Media, and so much more. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you all soon.